Don't you understand science? They don't give a shit about some nigga 30 years ago. They will hold him up with all the shit fighting. All that shit there to show you that pathetic goddamn character. See what I'm saying? That's science. They show you that pathetic ass character up there shaking and kissing Giuliani and all kind of fucked up shit. Because they done made a Frankenstein out of him, and this is science. They said, we gonna show the world this was a beautiful specimen. You know motherfucker made everybody cry. Know what I'm saying? I'm like, box my goddamn arm sockets out when that nigga came on TV. You know what I'm saying? Just go, woo, fucking Ali. You remember the magic? No, they don't. No, that ain't what they doing. That ain't what they. So now I'm doing. To play fables and stuff. So if the witches need some chairs, some of y'all brothers unass some chairs for the witches.
Chairs coming up. There's more chairs coming up.
Oh, you got some coming? Okay, cool. Anyway, you might box your arm sockets out. You remember the magic. But that's not what they're doing. There's a science behind this. They're not showing him because they love Ali. They ain't never held up no black person that stood up. Right. You see what I'm saying? They showing him because they trying to show you Frankenstein man. You said, man, that's cold. No. Fuck that. We gotta be scientific like white people. When the last time you saw Ronald Reagan? Ronald Reagan don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Ronald Reagan is screwed up, fucked up. But see, that's what white people do. White people step back out of society. They say don't show our people because it's always mythology. We gotta mythologize a person to go into the future. She was this that the Africans, let me see if I got it here. That the Africans, there is not an African tribe, there's not an African tribe or any African history that talks about the person who created the earth as being God. In all African mythology, Dogon, Egyptian, even Greek, Dogon, Egyptian, Scythian, which is Gnostic, just about everyone, they talk about the creator of the earth being a subordinate deity and not God. So, never call on the damn creator as your fucking father. We're gonna get into this. Creator. See, that's 2,000 years old. That's all that is. Motherfucker who created the earth is your enemy. Gotta get into this. This is very serious. We're gonna go deep into this in a few minutes. In certain African myths, there is an original God who comes down to earth where he finds three other beings who he did not create. One evening, there was three of these particular, he did not create. He created everything but these three. One is Nardargo, which is probably this particular god. The elephant. One is Nardargo, one is thunder, and one is the elephant. But it is clear, we're not sure what Nardargo is, but it is clear that there is a secondary creator. Very key that you understand this. We got to turn this shit all the way around. I'll tell you in a few minutes. We got to turn this thing all the way around. I'm going to go through these notes, and when we get into this particular thing, we have nothing to do with the God in heaven. Nothing to do with the God in heaven. That's your fucking enemy. See, this shit here is broad, you ain't never heard no shit like this before. See, what happens is this when it comes to knowledge. with knowledge, you keep on researching. If you research stuff and the pattern becomes to a point where it becomes validated what you already know, you'll know that your research has run out. That means that you always got to keep on researching, because knowledge is infinite. When you get a point where all the knowledge you get is just validating what you already know, then you know that you are at a standstill. But when you start keep on researching to the point where as the knowledge starts becoming contradictory to all what you think is divine, then you know that you are going higher and higher and higher to another level. That's why they say knowledge is dangerous to the unseasoned ear. A certain knowledge is secret because based on where you are, you might not be able to take it. So if this shit sounds totally different than what you've ever heard, I don't care how African-centric or how Christian or whatever you are, then you know that you are dealing with some shit that's taking you to another level. Motherfucker come up in here and start telling you shit, you go, that shit is right. That shit is right. That's some awesome stuff, I know that. Then probably he just telling you the shit that you already know. He telling you some shit, you go, man, I wonder if that motherfucker ain't going crazy. I wonder if I don't need to be listening to that person. Then you know you're going through the initiatory process. Anything that you ain't heard before, if you go down high, go to kindergarten for the first time, that's some scary shit. If you go to high school for the first time, you know, you coming out the 8th grade.
What in the chamber, I'm bang. This all out, you don't got no shame. Who should I give my love? But should I leave this pain? Yeah, oh. 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. Yeah, oh. What did eyes already? Oh, yeah, oh. 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. Yeah, oh. She wanna be like me, I wanna be like her, If anyone touch my baby, I'm taking that boy off the earth. Yeah, wiping that boy off the surface. Yeah, spitting on top of his hearse. Fuck him. You think that he in his bad, boy, I turn your skin to a purse. Yeah, turn his ass into a Birkin. Selling it like it's my merch. Got him writing his name in cursive. We putting that boy in verse. We fucking around like nurses. Flying around like birds. Smack it up, they do, they do. They tell your boys are curses. What in the chamber, I bang. This all out, you don't got no shame. Who should I give my love? But should I leave this pain? Yeah, oh. 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. Yeah, oh. What did eyes already? Oh, yeah, oh. 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 2. Yeah, oh. Stand on the top like Chewy. Whatever I say, they do. And I've been on both sides. I was down there too. They had shit to lose, and I was praying I do. I was praying I would one day. I was praying I do. Breathe and take it all in, Yeah, coming live from the city of God, the city of sin. When my peace got lost in tears, I cried, they rolled off of my skin. If they catch me right now, they got no case to put me in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Toss me like Alonso. Whoa, 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 whoa. So far, too far gone.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? NPCs, what's going on? Gabriel Carbo live at NPC The Game. Today's broadcast, the Forbidden philosophy that chose you. Decoding Bobby Hemmitt. It's gonna be a fascinating show today. All right. What's up to what's I'm out of you? How's it going, my friend? Good to have you here today. You know, you gotta keep it.
Last time, you remember, the trustees of Wassamata U were wondering how to keep their college from going bankrupt.
How about giving an honorary degree to Danny Warbucks?
You ninny, he's only a make-believe character.
We're real?
You're real. Yeah, we're real. Are you a person? Are you a person? Steel Man, are you a person? What's going on, Steel Man? Good to see you, man. Number one chatter here. Right on class. Shout out to Shadow Buddha in the building, my brother. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. My day one since grade 1. Shadow Buddha in the building. Shout out to the Scotch. So you will definitely buy me a coffee, all right? For Scotland, it's very bad. Shout out to the Scots, man. They showed us how to get down for the cause. Manifested to evolutionary way of being. Hit the like and smash the subscribe button. Everybody, shout out to GTA 6 coming out pretty soon. Shout out to Markella in the building. Well, weekend, everybody. Yeah, let's do this. This is Bobby Hemmitt, man. Somebody we've been looking at for a minute, probably since damn near 2013, huh? Since about right there, right before we made it to Taiwan. Before we made it to GTA Taiwan, on the screen right there, huh? Before we already had the Mustang, we already had the 1967 Stang, and yeah, we were studying Bobby Hemmitt, studying metaphysics. And I'm going to tell you why Bobby Hemmitt was right about everything, almost right about everything, but he definitely has a philosophy that is very controversial, right? But I think this stuff it chooses us, okay? And we're going to talk about how Bobby Hemmitt pretty much he predicted the future of consciousness and where it was headed. Your awareness, consciousness, So I definitely think Bobby Hemmitt was decades ahead of his time regarding quantum physics and the mind and reality control, right? So drop a eyeball, a third eye, if you ever heard of Bobby Hemmitt in the rabbit hole of the chat. Have you ever heard of him? So for you newcomers out there, Bobby Hemmitt, he was an esoteric lecturer who basically ruled the 1990s, 2000s underground VHS DVD circuit. I used to right? We used to pass around these lectures that he would give and others would give about consciousness and awareness and whatnot and how to level up and figure out what's really going on, and then be passing around, right? It was similar to when the WWF used to go to different towns, cities throughout the country, United States, and they would film their matches, right? And then they would pass this tape around. Same thing with Bobby Hemmitt. He would go to different cities and have study groups about esoteric subjects. A lot of it was the occult and whatnot. And they would film it and then pass it around, right? You can buy it and whatnot. Negatron? Not that I recall. What? Negatron? What the hell is that, man? Let me see. Steelman says, is he a Black Panther? He does sound like a Black Panther. He got that voice that projects, that soulful, evolutionary voice. Yeah. I like that. His style, bro, was like that, that preacher style voice. Sometimes he even sounded like a Medea, like a old Black granny way he would talk. Right? Definitely a lot of laughs, a lot of humor. The man had like Scorpio in Mars, Scorpio and Mercury. Mercury's how you present yourself, how you talk, communicate. He definitely had that like blue humor, as we say. A lot of times the presentations were chaotic and very raw. About 4-hour lecture. The whole time he'd be like spitting, literally and figuratively. And he didn't really care about the production value. What he cared about was the pure and whatnot. Yeah. And the interesting thing about him is how his work connected the ancient past teachings of Egyptology, Kemet, Hinduism, Buddhism, Hermeticism, magic, Sufism, and chaos magic, and he connected it with modern day simulation theory. So that was, that's what I think. That's what it was. The past connecting with the future, right? Which made his teachings pretty based. Okay. There's Bobby Hemmitt right now, right there, and I think that's Harlem, right? Harlem was the hub. It still is kind of with the hub before the internet, before Google, where you can search stuff. So those people used to have these tapes. See all those tapes? They used to sell them, right? Those are all the tapes he would sell. And if you got one of those tapes, boy, and you brought that to your community, your little circle, your circle of influences, your crew, man, you had a wealth of knowledge that you can show and prove. Because that's what it's about. It's about showing and proving, right? It's not just about flexing because I know this and that. It's like, what can you do with it, right? What can you do with it? There's no negation. Oh yeah, negation. Yeah. There's no strange. What's the master? That's so strange now to imagine airwaves and tape was the only way to spread the message. Yeah, I know. So literally, look at all those tapes right there. And one of the things I like about Bobby Hemmitt is how he yo. Yeah, so that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to build on the work. The best part, I was saying he was trying to, we're building on the work. That's what you should do, Even people like Einstein, great people. Even people like your grandfather, your grandmother, build on what they did. Okay. Take what they did. Okay, I'm back. We back. We black. So this VHS tape era, What's the Matter, You, Shadow, and Steel Man, everywhere else listening. This is like this man lectured pre-Google. This is pre-Google, man. Yeah, a lot of the here I'm back right now. A lot of conspiracy theorists they tend to go into doom and gloom, and some of his work focuses on the conspiracy. Oftentimes, actually, he focused heavily on conspiracy and the shadowy forces that are trying to control us. Like I call it the sorcerers, Masonic sorcerers. You know, the social engineers. And I have to say, dwelling in those places too much, it can cause paranoia instead of growth. That's what we want. Failing. We want to be trapped. You want to be trapped in it's like that, right? You know, stay locked in and asleep and not trying to change your mind. You know, so think about how you could balance this stuff out. I would say with Bobby Hemmitt, take his philosophy concepts, the meat, and discard discard and throw away the rigid, dated literalism, the bones of it. You can get something out of it. You can get some nourishment. So, yeah, man. Yeah. I think I'm back here now, right? So yeah, he would say some wild stuff, bro. Like your human experiences, your spiritual experience is more pressing, more important. He would say stuff like your mind can heal anything. You could take peach soda, for example, and drink some peach soda with 10% fruit in it and heal a flu you had, if you believe it, right? Yeah, he was an interesting dude, man. He also believed in death, like that was like that was a liberator, right? Death is where you want to be, you know. He would also he had the concept of Jesus and the devil being the same, and he also would give you exercises you can do to question your daily conditioning, right? To see where you're at, so you can question like what made you think. What are the patterns that became cycles, that became the blueprint, that became the prophecy that devolved or evolved your consciousness, right? I think one of the best things Bobby Legacy taught us was to think for ourselves, right? Thinking for yourselves. That's a concept that people may think they're doing, but they're not really doing that. And do you think you can even do that? Think for yourself in this day and age, right? Yeah. Is there really any new information under the sun? I say, yeah, there is. Especially when you're taking information in and you're processing it and making it become wisdom and understanding in your own unique setup. your own unique biological setup. It's gonna make it unique, right? What up, Zephyr? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. Thank you for your messages. Yeah, Zephyr, can you do it? Yeah, you can. I saw the comment, the quote the other day, Isaiah 5:4-16, chapter 54 verse 16 yesterday. It piqued my interest seeing that yesterday. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one. Behold smith that beholdeth the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Yeah, Isaiah 54:16. I think that quote fits Bobby Hemmitt in the stream because we're talking about evolving your consciousness, and it serves that quote, that Bible verse serves as a foundational text because it connects Bobby Hemmitt's philosophies together to what we're to hearing now in terms of like his philosophy of the illusion of dualism, right? Make it make sense, because like in standard religion, people are taught that God and the devil are in a permanent equal tug of war, right? This verse, that Bible verse, completely shatters that. He states that the ultimate source, God, the Most High, Supreme Being, created both the builder, which would be the smith, the blacksmith, and the destroyer, the waster, right? And this will come in talking into more clarity when we start talking about Bobby Hemmitt's human artificial theory, right? The builder and the waster. And like if anybody's done demo work, construction work, you have to destroy the old building, waste it away in order for you to build a new building, right? We see it all the time happening. Welcome to the channel. Wickham says, glad you're here. Well, thank you. Welcome, Wickham. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help Gabriel grow and keep the fiery content coming. You support your mess. We support means everything. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you can remodel too, but even when remodeling, you still have to destroy an old cabinet or something to make way for a new one. A complete remodel is when you completely destroy everything, right? Technically. Yeah, hit the buy me a coffee, man. It's pinned right there. Yeah. So that comment, that Bible verse, it also resonates with Bobby Hemmitt's chaos principle. The chaos principle. Right? The chaos principle, meaning that Hemmitt frequently lectured about chaos in the darkness, and not as evil things to be feared, but as something necessary. He talked about how raw quantum forces are used to break down the old structures so a new consciousness can expand. The waster is simply a tool of cosmic evolution, right? The waster. Right, the so-called evil forces that's there to clear away the things that weren't serving the original consciousness. Yeah. Bobby Hemmitt believed that and taught that humans were chaos beings. They dwelled in chaos in the mind, chaos in the body, chaos in the spirit. Chaos theory, in a nutshell, is when you can't make sense of something, yet creation seems to come out of that unknowing. The void, you could say, the void of chaos, right? That's where dreams come from. That's where literally space was birthed, from the void of nothingness, right? Triple dark blackness. The human being was self-created itself. Each one of us self-created ourselves out of nothing. Yes, the sperm and the egg came together However, we are self-creating ourselves from nothing. Another concept that the Isaiah 54:16 resonates with is this whole thing about that ultimate sovereignty and how everything, this is what Bobby Hemmitt taught, everything that's happening, it's happening in a simulation or a material world. Even the chaotic, destructive parts, it's divine by design, and to push our souls towards awakening gnosis, right? So all the negatives there for a reason, you know. Come on now, guys. Hello. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that Bible verse, let me read it again. Isaiah 54:16. It goes with Bobby's theories of the illusion of dualism, the chaos principle, and ultimate sovereignty. Behold, I have created the smith, and behold the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Yeah, I like that. Nonsense is perhaps something yet unknown. Yeah, to us it's nonsense, but it could be the foundation of the new creation. Zephyr says, like without sharks, the ocean would be gross with death. Yes, it would be flooding there with decay and bacteria, even more so than it is now. So yeah, this Bobby Hemmitt theory, my theories go with that the waster and the destroyer. The waster and the destroyer. Yeah. Yeah. Now, Bobby Hemmitt did have some very controversial, racially charged theories too. Yeah. So one of the most deepest parts of his theory, most controversial part of his lore, even, right? Bobby Hemmitt's lore is that if you watched his 1990s VHS lectures, like Africans and Europeans exploring the connections, that was a good one, right? He doesn't really hold anything back. And he famously introduced a theory called the human artificial, right? And he argued that Europeans were genetically or systematically brought into being to fulfill a specific role in this earthly script that we're going on right now. Now, mainstream media calls this conspiracy wild, right? However, we need to look at the esoteric philosophy behind what he was actually trying to teach us, and when you break down the lore of that theory, you can acknowledge that Hemmitt, he built upon older esoteric models, explicitly trying to work into the narrative that a scientific genetic intervention occurred thousands of years ago to strip away certain spiritual markers in the human. You could say it is that, the Yaqub principle parallels there, the story of Yaqub, where a scientist was dissatisfied by how he was treated by the humans around him. So he decided he vowed to create a being to torment the humans that tormented him. right? And in doing so, he created most of the so-called races. This is the Yakub theory on the planet, right? From the original consciousness, the human, the black, what you would call black original people, right? And so the last creation he made with the so-called white people, and in his theory, it was used. They were there to cause havoc on the original consciousness in order for the people to realize that they don't want to do any of their evil ways of that doesn't serve them. It doesn't serve to evolve their consciousness. And like what's the saying, 100% dissatisfaction brings about real change, right? So this is what how some of the people would frame that story. What's the matter? You says, of course that happened. It's obvious in our DNA. Yeah, I think so. Zephyr says nature. We're wild too is supposed to be an insult. Laugh a while. No, yeah, well, humans are nature. There's no way around it. We're sitting in a building right now, probably, but we're still part of nature. We are nature, right? So there was that Yakub principle, that whole thing about how that scientifically and genetic interventions occurred thousands of years ago. You can hear that in the whole even the archons. Theory is that similar to that, something like that. Like there was a creator who came about. What's up, Marilyn? Good to have you. Yeah, we are original consciousness. We all are gods. Yeah. An original consciousness came and wanted to spice it up and evolve the consciousness further. So what he had to do is he had to have a disrupt. He created a disruptor in the form of a people, to bring that about faster. And then Bobby Hemmitt talks about the Corpus Hermeticus connection, which pointed to the Greek, Egyptian Hermetic texts that argued that humanity has different grades to it, physical vessels. I guess you can say the races, right? Some were built purely for the material plane, while others were carrying the ancient divine spark of the original consciousness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, nobody said it's not negative. It is what it is. Well, in terms of wild and tamed, I guess in the dualistic mind, you can say one is negative, one's positive. But in the end, if you zoom out, it is what it is. It just is. Just creation. The frequencies of original origin from the phenomenon. Yeah, that's like a demiurgian way of putting it. The world made flesh just as Jesus, the word made flesh. Creation and evolutions are psyops. We always were, always will be, knowing before the world begins. Well, we use these, that may be true. However, we use these concepts in order to discuss some of those bigger concepts that are hard to talk about. The soul matrix versus the ego. The soul versus the ego matrix is another one of the lore that goes with Bobby Hemmitt's human artificial theory. And I think that if you look at some of his works, you can see how Bobby viewed that the resulting artificial society that we have as one that's definitely obsessed with the physical control, linear time, and technology. Is essentially this is how the digital matrix we live in today was built. Yo. Here's the thing about it. I don't think people misunderstand Hemmitt, because he wasn't just venting; he was exploring a cosmic equation. He was definitely teaching that original consciousness had became spiritually lazy and fractured, and the universe allowed an artificial material force to take over, to act as the ultimate pressure cooker. And you can think of it like a video game. You can't level up your character without an aggressive boss to fight. And the systematic control structure was created to force your divine mind to finally wake up and break free of that script, right? And if we use this, in terms of the racism and whatnot, you can say that that the original consciousness, what you would call black people, are in general have become spiritually lazy because they've been around for so long. It's almost like your old grandfather and grandmother. They're not as active as they used to be because they've been around for so long, right? And in doing so, you start literally you fracture your bones. If you don't use it, you lose it, or your mind, your psyche starts getting fractured. So this whole being perturbed by this artificial society and certain types of peoples could have pushed the catalyst to wake up the original consciousness from being so lazy and get back on the work of evolution, evolving the consciousness. So what's up, fools and tools? Stop by tuning someone else fiddling instead of tuning into your own for auditory symphony. Yeah, do your own fiddle. I like that. Yeah. Small habits become, yeah. Marilyn says, far from the creation of the world, the invisible things of him are clearly seen behind, understood through the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuses. Yeah, we can see the God everywhere. Jennifer says, I call it Patrick's, the demiurge, may be a complementary part of Sophia. It's the mother-son dynamic, right? The father, the mother may feel that the father wasn't around the Most High. So Sophia, his wife, had to create something, and they created the demiurge. Yeah. Do I remember him asking you about sadness? Kind of. Redirect that connection so we can talk about that further. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Oh, yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm looking at this message. Sorry, guys. Whew. Yeah, so that that human artificial theory is crazy. We can talk about it more. Fools and Tools says, do you know that Sophia, do you know Grace, do you know what Zoe, what about her? Tell us about it. Yeah. Tell us about it. Let me drop the link right here. Tell me about some theories you said. We talking about simulation theories. We're talking about NPC theory, basically. Some humans being created. We're talking about quantum physics. Yeah, what do you think? Well, mainly because these are all theories that these are all things that Bobby Hemmitt love to talk about and share. And I think what's cool about him is like he was from South Carolina originally, a small town, and he made his way to Atlanta for college, and he was a designer um, a fashion designer and artist and whatnot. And he ended up, through his study of art at college, he ended up asking deeper questions about like what's really going on and whatnot. And one of the things that was great about him was the fact that he was open-minded to things. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Oh man, dude, I'm giving you first taste of the drama that's about to unfold before it unfolds, Gabe.
Since you're resident Aries who have the child mind, but they're a warrior, the best warriors, I'll let you tell it though for a little bit.
Oh
Even though we're
man,
talking
dude,
about Bobby
RLM
Hemmitt.
just messed up real bad with me, bro.
What happened?
Oh. And the thing is, I don't even understand. And this, I kind of like, as I've sat back and talked to Mariah about what happened, she's like trying to calm me down and not like get me so irritated, as a girl, you know what I mean? She's like, it's a, but man, dude. Okay. So RLM's having some panel about grape. Like that's the kind of the whole, it's about the Tate brothers getting taken away. You know what I mean? Do you hear about all that?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay. So the whole conversation's about grape and grape accusations. And, she has Glenn Lawrence up there who's had grape charges. She has, Hurricane
It's his
Park.
birthday today.
Yeah, I know. He's a grapist. But he has grape charges. Like no, hold on.
Let's just keep that.
Well, but this
your
is
story though.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Wait, first of all, I'll say this. I was surprised to see you on her channel the other day. I guess you guys
no,
were
and that goes back to the whole thing. No, that goes back to kind of this. So, she was apologetic and Pierce, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm all blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Let's be back in. Everything's fine. But and this is, and it is the woman thing. You know what I mean? That they're just unstable and unable to kind of keep things like logical. You know what I mean? So, anyways,
go ahead.
Anyways, so Glenn's up there babbling away, and I go up there. I'm like, dude, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about how this. Dude, there's something called a superseding indictment.
Uh-huh.
And they don't know anything about law. They don't know any of these charges. Like, they don't even understand that in Romania, you're guilty until proven innocent. So the reason they could have a superseding indictment is because they're already in guilty. Like, that's what they don't get.
You're talking about the Tate Bros?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're already guilty in Romania. So the superseding indictment is valid because they've been found guilty before proven innocent. That's the European Code of Law. So
guilty before innocent. Okay.
Yes.
That's was the opposite of
that. Yeah, opposite. Yeah. They have what is called the Napoleonic Code, which is you're guilty until proven. No, that's what it's from.
It's not like something that you would agree with. That's when I heard the word Napoleon.
No, not necessarily. No, I don't I don't think so, because that by default makes every citizen a criminal, which backlogs the system.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So I don't agree with that. But anyway, so I go up there and a little whatever.
Wait, hold on. I told him to be quiet, bro. I'm not saying.
Well, I have his court documents.
Hold on, I'm respectful. We're not going to talk about that part right here.
But why? Like, this is one thing. Why can't we talk? No, but
because I don't want to talk about it on my channel, bro.
Okay,
right? That's all. I
want
to hear
the other stuff. There are charges in court cases you can go look up.
Okay, but yeah, so I'm not promoting that shit. Whatever. We're talking about the Tates.
Okay. Well, anyways, but it's not about the Tates. It's about
Oh yeah. That's right. About yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And that's what I'm saying. It all leads. What I'm talking about more about with Glenn. It's the hypocrisy of RLM. So she has him up there. She has Hurricane Paro up there, who goes up there, and the first thing he says is, "I've had 3 sexual assault charges against me. They aren't true."
Damn, I didn't know that.
Okay,
it makes sense. He says awful things online on people's DMs.
Okay, so there's all that background. But yet, when I go up there and Angry Casper's screaming at me, and I go, "Angry Casper, shut up! I don't care about a guy who has a country full of roaming grape gangs." And because I said that, I can't, man, I can't. And without warning, she bans me and mutes me for her channel again. So the whole bullshit for a week where she's like, "Oh, Pierce, you're cool. I'm sorry. I'm this." It was all a rat lie. See, this is what I had to punish her the first time for, because I saw the same thing. That's why I released that audio of her the first time. Because she's a snake rat, and this is what, like,
we
the
like
thing
snakes, though. Real snakes are cool.
Well, yeah, but snakes that eat snakes. Like, my snake ate snakes. Like, I have Ophiophagus hannah, king cobra, eats snakes.
Yeah.
Okay, like they're not a cobra. They're their own phylum.
Yeah.
Like a
So I'm
king
curious,
cobra is its
the way
own
you
species.
the way you brought up your information, did you say it with your imperious flair, like really
Well, yeah,
aggressive,
because
or what? How'd you
Casper
say
was
it?
screaming at me. Casper was
Uh-huh.
screaming at me, calling me a rapist, calling me all that. She didn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
But the moment I talk about England and the grape games, I can't, man. I can't. You see what I'm saying? Like, and this is what like, I have a problem with people.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I have so much self-esteem is because I'm the only person that treats everybody exactly the same. Every single
Even your
person is
mother and
treated,
father?
every single person is treated exactly the same.
Damn.
And that's the thing. I literally am the only person that literally believes in treating everyone equally. Because if you notice, like she had to handhold Glenn because she wants to somehow create some kind of tangent with his channel. You know what I
Well,
mean? To create.
I mean, shout out Buddha. We discussed this. Like, we could see them getting. I mean, we just, just
Well, the
stupid
thing
shit. Like,
is
okay,
that
they seem like they'd be a good match. We'll
but
just
they're
say,
no,
okay.
but that's the whole thing. No, because she's a hooker who sold her body to celebrities, and he's a
I don't know
sex
about all
addict.
that.
Well, no, but her job, she was a personal assistant. But I'll give you a hint: personal assistants in the Hollywood and that scene are personal hookers.
How do you know that?
Well, I know people that have personal assistants.
Okay.
Like when you have a personal assistant, like you get, blowjob if you need one, you get anything. Like, dude, when you're getting paid $150,000 to run errands, they're gonna do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Like it's a simple fact, and that's the reality on the ground. And like I said, it's like, and Mariah's smart. Yeah, she's like she has that woman's into like she's like, don't get so mad. That it's not me that's mad. Like the Groiper, like dude. So I told the Groipers, and they already have her nudes apparently, and they're gonna release and everything. Like it's gonna be bad, dude.
Mariah's news or RLM?
RLM. Mariah's news. Why would Mariah? No, I have her. No, I have her.
I want to say you wouldn't let that happen.
No.
But so the whole thing is imperious. But didn't you see that happening? You knew.
Well, but that's what I want. Long. But that's what I'm saying. That's just what I want because this gives me now entertainment to focus my obsession of punishing people on things.
Yeah.
Like, see, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't hurt me to be banned. I mean, there's millions of channels on YouTube.
Well, yeah, because you see every channel as your channel, right?
Exactly. Everything's
and
mine.
even look at right here, what's going on here. I'm giving a lecture basically on like Bobby Hemmitt and some esoteric stuff, and you come out of nowhere. And look at me giving it to you. Because
I thought you would be. You're gonna be the first one to know about what's gonna happen. Like her channel.
Well, that's
like,
why I let you talk about it.
They already got like 15 strikes
you have a special
on her.
privilege today.
Yeah, they already got like 15 strikes they're putting in on her right now. They're already like, dude, they're gonna go after. Like, dude, that's the thing. They're gonna go after Glenn. Like the Groipers were in her channel thing. Like
to me.
No. They're gonna go after anybody associated that goes on her panel or anything. Like they're gonna strike Glenn's. They're gonna strike everyone's. Like that's the thing. Wow. They're like that. Like because I told them, I'm like, just scorched earth, dude. Just strike all. Because the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize, you can have a Python algorithm, like a software, that literally just mass strikes from like 10,000 different channels. Like it creates all these different.
Oh, what's up, Joe?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how you be doing it. I had a feeling you had some type of strategy.
Well, I don't.
It doesn't make sense.
They do. I don't have it. I don't know what Python is.
Hold on. Let me bring up somebody real quick. Hold on.
Cougar women, where y'all at? Damn, baby, why you doing like that? Stunning on bitches, making them mad. Let me flip it, I get right back. Spin that shit, 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 spin that shit.
What up, Joe?
What up? Thank you for that. That's great.
Yeah, dude, your girl. If you want to see her nudes, they're gonna release those in a couple of days, bro. So
great. No, I'm good though. That's funny. I didn't know you really were with the Groipers. I thought that was just like hearsay.
I'm not with them. They're mine.
Oh
like,
shit!
See, I'm more psychotic than the Groipers could ever be. Like that's the thing. They're kids. Like they're all young, like 20-something kids. Like I'm a person who like sits like. You don't understand the world.
I know how you are. This is why I had this for you. I was waiting for you to come up at some time. I was going to play this before. I forgot.
Warning, the following video contains violence, gore, and traps. Viewer discretion is advised.
No, but you got to deal. Like, see, I literally sit around reading about like torture methods and about how to like where the nerve and pain endings are in people to cut them up and stuff. Like I'm a psycho, dude. Like that's
because
the thing.
What, Imperius, you do that way?
Why? Because I find fascination with human pain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I think
That's
pain
not much
makes
to
you
say,
feel.
right, Joe?
I think pain makes you feel alive.
That's true. It's kind of like when you have
No,
like a
no, no,
cut in
no,
your
no, no,
mouth or
no, no, no,
something. You
no,
might
no, no,
touch your
no,
tongue on it,
no, no,
right?
no. He
Like,
didn't
oh,
say his own pain. If he believed that, he'd have been talking about his own
good
pain. He's talking
point.
What are
about
you
other
talking about? I love
people's.
pain.
He's talking
I got
about
my
other
finger.
people.
I got
Though.
my finger ripped off and had no pain medicine. I went to the
Well,
hospital.
we're not talking about you right now. We're talking about you were talking about other people's pain you love seeing. That's different than your own. It's
No, I love
quite
my
different.
own pain too.
Yes, but seeing other people in pain speaks to a person's
Well,
the
but
type of person
that
they
only
are. Yeah.
satisfies me. That only satisfies
Thanks,
me.
Wicked.
It's a fleeting satisfaction because, like, I don't consider other people human. So, like, if I squish them, I hurt. It's like a dead squirrel in the road or something. I
Yeah,
don't
whatever.
care.
You're
Like,
so
it's not
incredible.
satisfying.
Yeah, you're so
Like to
tough.
me, hunting a human being
You're
is
so
satisfying.
tough. Yeah.
He is.
Like, I
All these
want to hunt
people
a
he
human
hunt
being.
and pull that shit up. I say this
Hey,
crazy
Joe,
shit.
in
Ooh.
your lore in the streets of the Shy, did you ever meet some like diabolical people that actually were kind of like that? And if you did they last?
I got a lot of them lasted, and a lot of them went out in really horrible ways. I got a bunch of them, by the way.
Yeah.
I got a friend. I got a couple that's popped in my head. I got one, and you can Google this nigga. His name's Stephon Sims. His brother's name is Weasel Sims. They big in the Folk Corner Hustlers. They kidnapped Stephon, which was one of my best friends. I may have been his best friend, but I had a bunch of friends, and they kidnapped him. Sent his mom a letter for ransom, her and Weasel. And then they cut off his finger, sent a picture of that. They set him on fire, sent a picture of that,
Oh,
shot
man.
him, and sent till they paid the ransom. And then he turned up in a building right down there, dead and burned up. They put acid on him. It was all sorts of horrible
my
shit.
God.
But I had a bunch of those.
I'm more fascinated with like the old torture, the old ways. I'm talking about like the wheel of what did they call it? It was the wheel of along. So we're like for 9 days, everybody in the town can turn this wheel and stretch your body and tear your body apart for 9 days while you're laying in the center of the town square and stuff. Or like the brazen bull, where you put somebody in this bronze bull and you light them on fire for like a few hours.
I heard that, but when Joe told you that story though, how did it make you feel? Did you have any
Like he needed
empathy
to top it. He needed to
I've seen
top
worse.
it.
I've seen worse.
No, this is show.
I don't feel anything for it. It doesn't make me feel anything.
Forbidden philosophy. That's appearance is forbidden. You have a forbidden philosophy, huh?
No, I just don't you have to convince me that like other like things that I'm seeing are human beings.
But I don't see how that lines up with you being a Catholic in the sense.
Well, because again,
Catholic, I have the sacraments and whatnot.
No, it's more the fact is like we butchered continents. We didn't think they were people. Like I don't care. Like you know what I mean? Like again, it doesn't like because Catholicism says that we're the arbiter of what is right and wrong. So if the Pope tomorrow says kill every child in the world, like that's right by default.
Wow.
And today, if he says love everybody, forgive and be merciful? Is he right now?
Yeah. He's right if he says it.
Would he agree with you taking delight in the harm of and pain of other
probably
people?
not. No, probably not.
Okay.
No. But
it's hard to hold those two in line with each other.
Well, because I'll tell you why. Because one, righteous anger and justice is justified. Okay, number one, what did Paul say? You remember what Paul said? I'll read you the verse if you want.
I don't. I know what righteous anger is. We could continue. You could continue.
Well, no, I'll read you. I'll actually.
Or you can do that. Whatever you want.
I'll read you the I'll read you the verse. Let me see.
Joe, you know who Bobby Hemmitt is, right? By the way, this show's about it's about Bobby Hemmitt.
Okay, so here's what it says. Here's what Paul said in Corinthians. To the lawless, I have become someone lawless, even though I am not lawless before God, but under the Messiah's law, so that I could win the lawless. I became weak to the weak. To win the weak. I have become all things to all people, so that always I might save some. I do it in part for the gospel, so that I can partner in its benefits.
Good.
I have become lawless to the lawless.
Well,
I have become the killer to the. I have become the killer to the killers.
Right. What do you think he meant by that?
It means that whatever it takes, if I have to butcher 6 non-believers to make them believe that those 6 that are butchered are justified.
Just to make
So
them
to the
believe.
lawless, I am the lawless, but I'm not a lawless under God's law. That which means I will make you submit. All knees shall bow.
I would just take it as he speaks the language of the peoples he witnessed.
That's not what he said. I am the lawless to the lawless.
Yes,
So I have become lawless to the lawless. That means I have become a criminal to the criminals, so that I may save some. Because when you enter the criminal world, you're going to have to kill a bunch of people to get their respect, but you'll save the rest. Yes. If I go to Africa tomorrow, you need someone like me to unify the continent of Africa. Put a couple thousand people on a burning crucifix in the center of Zaire. Let everyone watch it and realize what's going to happen to them. I'll organize Africa faster than any black will.
Okay, Imperius, let's do your theory. Let's say you're the emperor of Africa, right?
Imperius. 50 million people die the next day, as an example.
And I'm in charge of the southern region. What would you have me do as the governor of that?
50 million people need to die the first day to make an example so that everyone understands order.
How many people?
50 million. The country that's a continent of a couple billion. 50 million is a very small percentage to get the rest in line.
I think Imperius, he was just talking like this.
I'm not. Why don't you ask Mariah about all the torture books I have? And that? Why don't you ask Mariah about the torture books I have?
I wasn't even talking about Imperius. I was talking about
okay.
I
have hundreds of books. I have hundreds of books on torture and all that kind of stuff.
Go ahead,
you said that like 5 times since I've been up here. You think it's a flex. It's weird. A couple things. I doubt that. I don't know how many people you think Paul killed after his conversion. How many people did Jesus kill after his conversion? Are these things that they tell in the Bible? These things would make me assume that he is doing the same thing I do. You have to move along and be with the poor, the crooks, the thieves, and communicate with them in some fashion in order to be. And you'll be less than, or you'll be less direct than you want to be, and things like that, just to be able to communicate and be among them. I would assume that he's talking about I'm doing things like that, as opposed to I'm walking in and kill a bunch of them to get their attention.
Did Paul start a riot that caused the deaths of hundreds of people in Ephesus?
If you say he did, but that is
it's in the Bible. Hold on. I'm talking about the Bible.
Killed a bunch of people. Yes, I gave it to you, right? But you were talking about a minute ago about him killing motherfuckers and doing these things. I don't remember any stories.
He did. He talked about them to burn everything down and riot. Dude, the Sealess Library, in Ephesus, he literally, he got everyone to riot, burn it down because it was a pagan rituals and stuff, caused deaths of hundreds of people. The city fucking burnt down. It was one of the first Roman cities in Turkey.
I'm curious. If he started, because a couple times you say he started a riot.
He started it because the pagans needed to die.
I'm trying to ask. If you cut me off after one sentence, you'll only respond to
I know the question you're asking. Yes, he started it to kill the pagans. Why did he start the riot? Did he do it intentionally?
That wasn't my question.
To kill the pagans.
Psychic Imperius? No, that wasn't my question. So maybe next time you could pause and don't play psychic.
Joe, what's your question, man?
My question, I wonder if Paul was in there saying, I order you to kill, or I order you to riot type stuff, because you've referred to it as a riot 3 times, or 4 or 5, 6 now, and you didn't say he told them to kill people.
Yes, he said destroy it, wipe it out, kill the priest, kill every pagan.
Oh, okay. He said kill them then. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pagans, dude. Okay. They were doing pagan fucking sacrificial rituals.
I got a text. I'm on an iPhone.
They were doing pagan sacrificial rituals with children, with women, with pregnant people.
I got to make a text. I'm on an iPhone. So
but do you understand, Gabe? Do you see what I'm saying? Everyone looks at me like I'm like Gabe. Would it be okay for Paul to call for the execution of these people if they're cutting babies out of the wombs in front of the people, making an auditorium about it, butchering infants, drinking, all this kind of pagan ritual stuff? Would that be okay, NPC?
I mean, if it's the means to get to what they need to do it for them, yeah, it is. My thing is I'm going to connect this to what this guy, this esoteric lecturer Bobby Hemmitt would say, and get your thoughts in the chat. In terms of morality, because we're talking morality too. Do you think his thing was he taught that mainstream religion the concept of sin, heaven, and hell were used as manufactured illusions to induce guilt. And and guilt definitely can keep your consciousness suppressed and fearful, and because like you seem like you don't have much of a guilt.
No, I have
part
no
of
guilt.
your being or whatever. So,
I have no guilt. Guilt is like a bag of rocks. Just set it down.
So would you agree with Bobby Hemmitt by what he says about that? Like how some of the way people look at modern day religion is like
because there was a man. There was a man who walked on water, who raised the dead, who said, "I am the manna that comes down from heaven. All who believe in me and eat this bread will live forever." Okay? There was a man who controlled the storms. There was a man who controlled the sun. And if you believe that, and if you truly understand that, okay, what does the rest matter?
It doesn't matter. You're right. You know what? What you're saying is it's crazy because people have taken what you said, and I assume you're talking about Jesus, right? When you're saying that, and but some people like Bobby Hemmitt or even the Nation of Islam, esoteric parts of them would say that no, that man you're talking about is the human man, certain human men, right? That
He
they
is
have
human.
the power
He's
to
fully
control the
human
weather
and fully
and whatnot.
God. He's two consecutive existences. Yes, he's fully man, but he's also fully God.
Yeah.
And if there was an Islam person, they would also agree that he was a divine entity.
Of course. I'm talking about the Nation of Islam, though. Like,
No,
AKA
I know,
the
but that's just
5% nation. They believe that the black man is the one that can do that.
Yeah, of course they do, because this is what I'm saying. This is how can they win? Because this is my point. Like, the reason the Catholic Church wins is because it has this kind of pull of truth that gets people to remove their individual identity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like, you no longer matter. All that matters is Rome. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter your height. It doesn't matter. Like, you no longer exist. You've become encompassed and engrossed in something far larger than yourself. And
which is attractive, which is the selling point for those
exactly. And well, that is the whole human. That is the whole human condition. Is that individually we're small, but together we can do great things.
Right.
And that's the difference. There's no organization in the history of the world like us.
But I know it's true. It's the most powerful. I gotta agree. Whether you hate them or love them or indifferent, that is. What would you say though? Maybe at some point, whoever started that, they probably took some stuff that was even older and corrupted it a bit. You know what I mean? Because
Judaism.
It seems bad, bro.
Well, yeah, Judaism. I mean, Christianity is an incorporation of Judaism. It's a fulfillment of the promise first given to the Jews, and the promise was just expanded by a superseding indictment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a legal principle. This is all like the Bible is a legal document.
I heard some teachings yesterday that they were saying that came about in Spain during the Moorish occupation of it.
What is this weird thing without blacks and the Moors? Like that they believed that they were like African and stuff. Can you explain that? Like this is a real cope thing to me because that's like saying that like the Carthaginians were black when they
they would say like even your Medivicians and all those people, the Greek, the Italian bankers and all that stuff that actually
they always say, "Oh, you're black, you're all black." I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, they would say that either they're black or they were taught. Those people, your ancestors, were taught and put into place by black people, aka the Moors.
Moors but that's the whole thing. The Moors, like people, like where did they think the Moors were like black? They weren't like. I find this fact because it's like people have never been to Africa. I've been there. Mm-hmm. Like I understand. Like, dude, people don't understand how big the continent is and understand how big the Sahara is. There was nobody crossing that shit. Like, you understand? Like
some of the roads aren't even there. You have to literally take a plane.
Well, but what I'm saying is like How 2,000 years ago were people crossing 1,000-mile desert?
Okay.
like
This is let's say that the theory people who believe this type of stuff, they would believe that like Africa is not the origin of the original people, black people of the earth. They were seeded all over the planet.
Oh, I know. That's what. Yeah, they're like carrots. They just popped out of the ground everywhere. Like, and what's racist as fuck is that they don't acknowledge that like Native Americans are Indian or Asian.
Yeah,
Or
that's
Asian.
I'm
Like
still trying
racist as fuck, dude. Like they think like they just like. Could you imagine as a black, like if you were black, you're black. And what if someone came up to you and said,
yeah.
"What if someone said, okay, no, you're white."
I mean, they can say what they want, bro.
No, but you
like,
get what I'm saying. Like it's just it's like what? Like, dude, I would be pissed. Like the Native Americans, if anybody have a fucking like gripe, they have the gripe. They were systematically exterminated.
well,
You know what I
so
mean? Like.
so were the black people and also other white people.
Not
even
like
white
that.
people are, yeah.
Not like that, man.
Oh
like,
yeah, it was
like,
a different way. Yeah,
dude,
here's
like,
the thing, though.
they were
I'm
black people weren't
confused about like when we
exterminated.
talk about foundational Black Americans. Well, some people believe that either there was a subset of Native Americans that were black, or all the Native Americans were black. I'm trying to figure out where the separation is, because it's not. It's kind of confusing. What people aren't very clear.
It's anything that could. What? Look, there's an old. Okay, they take the conclusion and they find the facts to fit their conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. They
Joe,
don't.
I'm sorry about that, Joe.
They don't have. They don't have an. They look for. They look for evidence that fills a conclusion instead of looking the evidence and finding where the evidence leads you to a conclusion.
Uh-huh.
And that's the issue. They believe like they're, and this is the strange thing about black people. And I think this is honestly the single thing that holds black people back. Because I don't think they're like incapable. I think black people could do the same exact thing as white people.
Hey, Markella.
But I genuinely believe that black people's, like what Bob Marley say, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Like literally. That's
almost every human, regardless of black.
It is because the thing is unfortunately black people sit there and they identify so much of themselves with their skin color that it's an anchor. Like white people, like the thing is
you do though, Imperious. I know.
Yeah, white people are guilty.
No, we don't.
Well.
Because
right
you can't.
now, you ain't got to go.
What is white
right now?
No, but what is white?
It's whatever white people may think they can tell niggas go back to their country.
No, but that's
illegal.
okay.
Hold on, I wasn't done. Remember the
Let
one
go, Imperious. You were going on for a while.
It's the same thing that tell them, go back to your country. Illegal invaders. All Muslims should die. These people think they're white and they better than motherfuckers. Somebody just came up with an idea for a school for all black kids, like a boot camp where to teach them to be civilized, and the politicians, big name senators, and throw this shit around. That's that white shit.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
One. Hold on. Those are called etiquette schools. They've been around for 300 years. White kids are sent to them for most of history.
They're talking about forcing black motherfuckers.
Yes, that's what it is. Etiquette schools.
Yeah, that's that white motherfuckers.
White people. Okay, so why? Okay, if it's so bad, why did white people force their kids to it?
Their kids. You can't force
white
other
people force their kids
right?
into it. Yes.
You can force your kid to do anything you want, but
Yeah, but then if it's a racial
kid, I'm an evil fuck.
If it's a racial thing,
they said
if
black
you're
kids.
implying it's a racial. Hold on, you're implying it's a racial thing.
Yes.
If it was a racial thing, why did white people have their kids in it for 200 years?
Because they want their kids indoctrinated in that bullshit. And they want black
Can you explain
kids.
this? Like, are you seeing what I'm saying? Like, if it is a racial, why would white people put their kids under
because they want them to have that mentality, whatever the
exactly
teachers
they
teach
want.
you.
It is a school for etiquette. It's
Okay,
for social cohesiveness. It's
You
not about
understand
race.
choice.
The
Show
part
your
why I'm saying it's racist and white motherfuckers are guilty of the same shit we were saying black motherfuckers do is because if they leave it at putting their kids, and don't restate your point, I understand it. I'm not accusing that, and I understand where you're going. However, only a racist motherfucker could think they can do it to all black kids or any all kids of another race. That's what makes it racist. Them trying to forcefully control all black. They didn't say all other kids. They say black kids, which means they think black people are fucked up, which makes them racist.
No, they did say all kids. Native
No, they said
American
black
kids. Can I finish?
He's talking
Native
about-
American
My
kids.
bad.
Native American kids were forced. There's literally an entire fucking thing in the Democratic Party about how fucking Indian kids were sent to etiquette schools.
Google it,
Turned,
Gabe. I
yes,
can't do it on this
literally,
And they
one.
like
couldn't
they're
speak their language even, right? They were probably
yeah,
beat.
they literally
That's every
like
country. They did that in Taiwan. The
yes,
Japanese
this is
did
not
that to
this
the
is not a
Taiwanese people.
racial thing. Like they
It's
did
just
this
like
to
a
their own.
power weird thing.
This is about a cultural cohesive order thing.
But okay, but you're right, dude. See, we're speaking like there's a commonality what we're talking
But
about.
no,
My thing is
the
like to make
issue,
it
no,
simple.
the
We're gonna
issue
talk.
here is that white people,
Let's talk
white
brass
people
tacks,
don't.
bro.
No, hold on.
We
The
can talk
issue
about
here is
that.
the implication or the insinuation that's no white people from the beginning. Okay, whether you talk about back to the Roman days, Romans didn't think other white people were white. Number one, they called people in anywhere outside of the Mediterranean the blondes. They called Mediterraneans the whites. Okay, they called the Jews the Jews. They called the Africans the Cushites.
We know.
They didn't even call them black.
Well, I know.
It was more, yeah, it was more of a nationhood thing.
Yeah, this has not, dude.
Yeah.
They even in the Romans said the Cushites were the most noble of people.
Uh-huh.
So it has nothing to do with race.
Wait. Bullshit. Wait, because you silly as fuck. It's nothing to do with race. These same cats that call them the Cushites girl, relax, Joe. If it has nothing to do with race, why did they color up, make all the white, all the black Madonnas and Jesuses white? Why have they made all the ancient motherfuckers who did big things back in the day white people? If it had nothing to do with race, at some point race came into it, but that wasn't my argument. My argument was that right now we don't have to go back. White motherfuckers think they better with that. Go back to that. Go back to your country shit. That ain't about a race, but it's white people thinking they better than motherfuckers when they can say, "Oh, these black kids act like clowns. We need to put them in a camp and make them act right." Yes, that's white motherfuckers think because we're better than a motherfucker, we can decide for other races like that. That's privileged nonsense. The white motherfuckers guilty of the same way. Whatever we were talking about, black niggas
I think you're right. Would I also say like Africans probably do that to other Africans too, and I think
no, hold on,
I'm going deeper. Like
that's
I think
what
when
I'm
it
saying.
comes
This
down
is not
to
this is not a racial. Hold on.
You told me to hold on and I let you go, bro.
All right, my bad. Go ahead. Just tell me one.
Thanks. Like it goes back to the base. I'm gonna keep it simple: good and evil, right? Back in the day in early human evolution existence, there probably was something that happened. And yes, later on we can say because of their race or their nation or their culture or whatever, but there obviously was a jump off or like a split between a group of motherfuckers who were like, fuck this, I'm gonna get mines at whatever cost. And there was other people who were more like, more passive or whatever. And I think I want to talk about that than all this race shit, even though it's real enough. Because there is. Joe's right. People make images in their likeness, right? Because
hold on. Can I?
You know what I'm saying though? Good and evil.
No, I guess there's a good and evil.
I don't want to have another fight about what ends up calling
I'm
each
not
other
fighting.
like
I want to explain
N-words and
something
shit
to him.
like that. So that's
in
why
the Black Madonnas. The child is black too. Number one. Number two. Why is it this is what I'm saying. The single entity that did this and regulated this and established this whole principle was the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church has the most loyal followers in Africa. They were the biggest proponents of this. It's not racial. This is about practicality and order. When the Romans took over people, they did not establish a racial order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And since the Catholic Church derived from Rome, we don't run our stuff like that. To be a Roman citizen or soldier, you earned it through the merit of the military.
So were there Africans as Roman soldiers?
Yes.
Dark.
They had African legions. We had 3 African popes. So I this is what I'm talking. Dude, we were like right now, we were on the cusp of getting a black pope if Trump didn't get elected. The church elected this pope because he's American and can deal with American imperialism.
Okay, you're making some good points, bro. But and if I never knew what you said, like, man, this guy's very progressive and stuff. But why do you have to put this like racial shit in? Now we're getting in personal.
Because
shit,
because I know
normally,
because
and
look,
be a
I test
dickhead,
people.
bro.
I test people intellectually. I've said
So
this
you
for
really
years.
don't care about.
No, I have zero care about race. I do it
Interesting.
to see if you're at an intellectual level where I can fundamentally discuss things with you and respect you. It's a test to
Don't
see if
believe
somebody
that
has
shit,
the
bro.
intellectual capacity.
You think me saying interesting means I agree with it, Joe? I'll say this. It sounds great, bro. This motherfucker should be a politician or something, or a lawyer. Ah, there he is.
No, but what I'm saying is, look, if I know
Don't
that I
believe it,
can
Joe, you
needle
say.
somebody to get them worked off of their opinions or their intellect, why should I be concerned about their intellectual capability?
Mm.
The coldest people, when I used to compete in mixed martial, the coldest, scariest people are not the ones jumping around screaming. It's the guys that don't say shit. It's the guys that say nothing, that are like emotionless and see it like as a machine.
Yeah. And that's true. The loud guys have a lot to prove. Guys are
There's an
quiet.
old
You
saying,
never know what you're
cowards
going to
talk
get.
the loudest.
Yeah.
Like when it comes down to
in
a
that
fight,
case, you talk the loudest. So should we?
No, but
we
not when it
fear
comes
you, then?
down to it. Like if I'm actually mad, I don't say anything. Like like if I'm yelling and screaming, I'm never mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like me yelling and screaming is not me mad. Like me mad
I
is
think I've heard you
cold.
mad at least
And
once.
I just
You did
stare at
scream
somebody.
and yell.
If I'm mad, I just stare at someone in their eyes. I don't say a word. I just stare right into their eyes.
Yeah, that's what the real ones do.
Like it's not like the scariest guys in prison are not always the biggest buff crazy dudes. They're the quiet, skinny guys.
Oh damn, you been to prison?
No, I did a lot of interviews during my criminal law clinic. Okay. And I went to like Folsom and Corcoran and a lot of different places and interviewed a lot of these guys. And a lot of it's not the biggest buffest guys that are like the scary, like the meat. Like, a lot of the times it's some skinny, like quiet dude, like Mexican, like Soreño. That's just chill. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So let me ask you this though. You talk about intellectual intelligence a lot, but do you think there's other components as a human that are valued? Like
I think emotions are valued,
capacity and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think compassion, empathy are a good thing in certain situations. Mm-hmm. Like I think the whole God made us the way we're supposed to be. It's up to our issues to apply those traits. Like we have all the tools we need. It's our mistakes that we misapply our certain tools, traits, or abilities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we could choose tomorrow to cure cancer instead of making new biological weapons, but we choose not to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's a human choice.
I feel like I'm talking to Patrick Bateman giving one of his monologues right now. You're saying all the right things. Then
But I genuinely believe this. I test people look, the reason I find the internet so hilarious is because it's a lot of people prescribing things when they have not gone through the mental exercise of actually analyzing anything.
That's true, or even actually doing it. That's why I value Joe Cool.
I agree with Imperius on that. They haven't done a critical thinking. A lot of people are parroting shit. I agree.
Like you think I look down on Joe because he's like smoking? I don't give a Joe's fine to me. Like I like Joe because
he does.
No, I don't.
No, a little bit you do.
No, I don't because dude, I have some best friends that smoke every day. Like literally.
But here's the thing, I do too, and I don't smoke anymore. I'll be honest.
I just don't. Guys, I just don't like doing it.
I see it as a form of weakness a little bit, but like I'm not. It's not. Let's be honest.
I don't.
You say that you don't judge them even 1%.
No.
Come on.
No, what did
you wouldn't have brought it up? In my opinion,
no. But I'm saying no. But I'm saying
you wouldn't have said that about weed.
No,
exactly.
Wait. You wouldn't have said I don't look down on Joe because he smoked weed, unless somewhere in there you thought it was a thing.
No,
you're trying to say I don't look down on him because it's a bad thing. And there was something else. The real point I wanted to ask you, I totally forgot.
No, I
wanted to say you look down on me because I'm black. That's why you look down on me.
No, that's the whole thing. See, this is what's so I think there's a fundamental understanding between black people and white people. I think it's that Black people genuinely think that white people think like how they do from day to day, where it's like
No,
white
no,
people
you're
never
right. They
think
do.
about
A
race.
lot of them do, but
no,
a
I
lot of white
don't.
people
I'm
do
very
think
well
like that.
aware that you guys are running around oblivious and thinking you're
Yeah, we are.
superior and got all your weird
Yep.
problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
don't think about race like that. Like we really don't. Like that's the like white people don't like because the thing is white people have look at
They
and
got the
it's
privilege not to. He is not
no,
wrong. They don't have to
First of
know
all,
the
this is just
statistics on
theoretics
black people
because
being killed and
white
shit.
people,
They
the
don't
whole
have
thing
to.
it's a fucking construct and
it
shit.
is exactly
It
because
is.
look at when have white people can anyone name me in history when white people have been united?
I mean, like nationhood with the
Not
yes,
even
but like
nation-wise. Tell me when white people have been united.
World War II.
What? It was white
Well,
people fighting white people.
No, but the Allies were
And the Axis were white
majority
too.
white people.
And the Axis
Yeah.
were majority white too. So
But
it's white people fighting.
yeah, that's an example of white people growing up. Of course, never been like all white people.
No,
Well,
what I'm
maybe,
saying is white
fuck
people
it, I'm
don't
gonna go
ally
conspiracy,
with white.
Joe.
Hold
Maybe
on,
right
hold
now there's a conspiracy of white motherfuckers in the Illuminati that want to kill all non-white people.
There's not that though.
It could be.
That's not that because no, see, this is white people look at everything in a practical manner.
This even talking like this is giving like white people a superior.
No, it doesn't.
I'm getting vibes of
No,
that.
look at this is the thing. I think the thing this is a good exercise because NPC. Do you notice how it's getting to your emotions?
Yes,
See,
of
like
course.
if you were
I'm an
getting,
emotional person. That's my power sometimes.
I get it. But if you notice, see, this is where a psychopath is good in some ways because if you were really looking to like win, you would look at the situation and go, "Okay, I'm unemotional. I don't care if we're at the bottom. I don't care. How can I?"
But the thing is, like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to win because I already won. To be honest, I think I'm better than most of you people.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
you
fine.
don't have to be a psychopath.
Okay,
not
but
to
I'm
feel
talking about in a
emotional
larger
nonsense
sense.
like this,
But
right? This is a lightweight conversation.
No, but NPC, if you did it, you wouldn't think about I'm better. I've already won. Like, no,
I don't dwell on it, but it's there though.
But it never dwells there for white people.
Joe, I'm one of the nicest people you can meet, right?
No, I know, but you know that a white person that is whether they're in a man. No, but hold on, a white person whether they're in a mansion or they're in a trailer park in Kentucky, don't care about winning. Like they don't care like that. They don't go like white people are
Did
practical.
I hear you say don't care about winning?
No, they like that, not like that. It's practicality.
I don't know what like that means.
Let me explain. It's a practical thing. White people would rather have 80 to 90% having how they want it than taking the ability and the effort to change it to 95% how they want it, but screwing something up out of the other way.
Okay,
no, it's white people are
Special K, come up here, sis, or Mariah, but Special K, we've had great discussions measured, and you are a white person, so this is good. I would
like what did the Romans do? Why did the Romans allow black people and Hasidic people, Spanish people, to become citizens? It's about practicality. You had to incorporate people into the empire, and how you did that was you bred loyalty. You got Romans to breed with their people so that the young were loyal by blood and stuff to the empire. It's practicality. What was that whole primus nocturum that the English kings used to do? that the lords used to have sex with every peasant's wife's first because they would breed.
Braveheart, huh?
Well, but it's an actual thing that they did because it established. Yes, it established genetic loyalty to the lords and stuff. This is when white people talk about practicality. White people have done more horrible things to other white people than they ever have to black people. That's what I want people to understand.
That's why Bobby Hemmitt was calling them human artificial.
Yeah, because look at white people did.
Listen to this. Hold on. Let me reset my thing. What his theory was, which is similar to the Nation of Islam. That basically white people were created to bring out the worst out of black people, the original consciousness, in order so people would be like, fuck this, I don't want to be evil anymore, I'm dissatisfied 100%. This is what some people think white people were created for.
Wait,
and they do their job very well.
If I understand correctly, I was going to say yes, they do their jobs very well.
That's why you can't get mad at them for being racist, I guess. Go ahead.
I would have attributed that to the devil, the deceiver, and all of that type of shit. I wouldn't attribute it to the white folk.
opposite of God.
Oh wow! You ain't lying though, man.
But
Yeah,
what's
Nation of
funny
Islam
is the
teacher right
black
there.
people in Africa have the whole thing where they say that like when God created the world, everybody bowed down and closed their eyes, and white people kept them open to see how God did it. That's why we know how to create things.
Interesting.
And
Yeah,
so it's
that's
again like this anti-white thing really doesn't exist like around like this is like the racial dynamics that we're speaking about are a white and black and pretty much American. Like have you guys been to Europe? Have you guys been to like
I
Africa,
haven't been.
Europe,
Yeah,
South
I've
America?
been to Paris.
Okay.
I've been to Europe. Yeah.
And if you spent time there, you know the whole racial like it's not they
Yeah.
don't look at things the same there
Yeah.
because it's not the same idea.
No, it is different. You're right. But
It's
a lot of those African
absolutely-
leaders were taught by Europeans.
Yeah,
like Idi
it's
Amin
not
and
a-
stuff.
Yeah, because the colonization create like, dude, people don't look at colonization like we do here.
Yeah.
Like people,
Here's a-
like you know, like in the Ivory Coast and a lot of they consider themselves still French citizens and stuff.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Like
even
this
the
is what I mean. There's
Netherlands.
an intricate history, and this is what I mean. Where I get insulted, where people think all black people are the same, all white people. No, like this is not. There's nowhere ever have people been united to the same like that. Because I heard on C-SPAN yesterday. Okay,
I see you in the
a
back real quick.
Haitian calling up and going off on this other Democratic Socialist of America Haitian guy talking about how he's a darker Haitian and she knows more and she'll never let the communists fool her and that she'll never like so
Right.
no there's no unifying idea. The only unifying idea over everything is the Catholic Church.
Hold that, Joe, real quick. Joe's next, but here's the thing. This is a disclaimer. The guest I'm bringing up here to the guests and also to the people on panel. I don't want to hear no personal attacks.
All right.
You're just
Go
gonna be
ahead.
kicked
All right.
off no matter what, bro.
All right. Go ahead. All right.
Warning, the following video contains violence, gore, and traps. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh God, it's
What's up, the
Dusty.
panel,
Okay.
Dusty?
It's Dusty. Yeah.
No, me and the Imperials are good. I came up here to defend
Yeah,
my
we're
fellow
fine.
white man from the attack of the darkies I heard a minute
Well,
ago.
you're the clones. You're the attack of the clones, artificial, according to Bobby Hemmitt. Which is funny because
that's
Flow
just
State, you helped me
code.
with this title. I heard a sign by of you. You're like, "Who's Bobby Hemmitt?" Somebody clipped that of you. Like, and I'm like, "Hey, well, this is Bobby Hemmitt, bro."
I
You
didn't
believe
know who he was.
that white
I
people
just
are
got here. I
artificial,
still don't know who Bobby Hemmitt is.
So you guys are the clones, according to Bobby Hemmitt.
Well, the thing is there's simultaneous evolution. That's the thing. There, what the people are. If you look into the actual information, it looks like there were 3 simultaneous evolutions or divergencies. Okay, it looks like there was a African, a Caucasian, Eurasian, and then an East Asian. 3 distinct populations that each separately had diverging kind of histories. That's why you have massive. If you look through like the historical event, that's why you have massive migrations, like the Caucasus migration from the Caucasus Mountains down to India. Like Indians are white genetically. People don't realize that.
Well, at least
Like-
the northern ones, the southerns are very dark.
No, the Southern are white too.
The Bangladeshis and all that.
Yes, they're white too. They're just yes, they're
No,
white.
I mean, I
they're,
seen they're darker
they're
than
Caucasian
than
genetically.
most
There were
black
no people
some
there
Indian
before that.
people, though.
There
Well,
were no
yes,
people.
I've seen a very light skin, as Varun, of course.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
there's
just
very
look at
light-skinned,
hold
on, bro. Like,
Kashmiri.
there's a lot of light skinned Indians. You're right, but there's also very dark skin too.
Yeah, but so
Very
are there very light skinned Asians and very dark skinned Asians.
Oh, but with those dark Indians though, their hair is still straight.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's
white
true,
people's
huh?
hair is straight. Yeah,
Yeah, but all
they
this,
still
but all
have.
this,
Do you know
this
the
race
dark
talk, though-
Indian? The dark Indians still have blue eyes.
Yeah, that's true. Machine Lines has green eyes allegedly, but here's the thing. Like, do you think this is constructive though? All the race
Yes.
talk.
Yes, I think,
You think it is?
like how. Okay, let me ask you a question. How did the Troons get trans so accepted?
Normalizing it.
Normalizing it, talking about it 24/7, making it in the
Yeah, but in an
consciousness.
honest way, but not in a way that causes
What they
people
were
to
they were
fight.
doing it in an honest way, or were they trying to get your kids?
You said the Troons. You said
The Troons, the trannies.
oh the
Yeah,
trans.
they were doing
okay.
it in a dishonest and coercive way. In my
I
opinion.
don't know, man.
Like, look at even the
I
gay
agree with
rights
Dave.
movement
I
are
don't-
against
and
the
I've told Joe this 1,000 times. I don't think that dwelling on perceived injustices is productive at this point.
I've even said
How
this.
the fuck we gonna
dwelling
make
on it?
change if we don't identify the
I've made
injustice? And I'm not
concessions
talking
that.
about black folk. I'm talking about people. Period. How
No,
are we
but
gonna make
as
a
a white
change if
guy,
we
I
don't
would.
talk about the injustices?
I
I
think
would
that we
even
need
make.
to, I think if we're going to claim that there's an injustice, we need to have some way of actually measuring that injustice
I
besides
hold on, but
vibes and
I would
feels.
even. I would look at this. Look at this. I'm going to be honest as a white dude and as someone who pays the taxes. I'm going to be honest. I would
As a white
rather
dude.
give the blacks what they want to shut them up if they agree to let me get the illegals out of here.
I thought there were no blacks. What are you talking about? You just
Let me
gave
explain.
us
Let me.
15 minutes. There is no white and black.
No, that's not what I'm talking
I'm just
about. A
fucking
collective
with you because
population. Okay, the people who
I'm fucking
identify
with you.
themselves as black as a voting bloc.
Yeah.
I will give you your bullshit reparations to shut you up and to get you to obey the laws. And to, in exchange, you have to fucking let me kick the 50 million people that shouldn't be here. I don't want to hear you
We
rioting
can
in the
bargain.
streets.
We can bargain here.
That's what I
now.
want. I
We
don't
can bargain
care.
here. I would discuss obeying the laws with you if every cop, judge, white motherfucker, businessman has to obey every law. That's
That's fine.
open
I
for
agree with you.
discussion.
I agree with you.
Kicking
I
out
agree.
the
I agree about
immigrants, I'm
prosecuting.
gonna need more.
I agree about you prosecuting more judges and cops. I'm fine with that. I don't care about that. That's fine with me. I want more oversight. That's fine. No, my point is I don't want black. I want black people to say, white people, do what you got to do, get the illegals out, and if you, we'll pay you the reparations.
It's
But I don't want
immoral,
any
man.
riot. I don't know. Hold on.
That's what
I
white
don't want.
people
I
do.
don't.
That's
Let
immoral
me
shit.
explain something. Let me explain something.
You were getting off
Let me explain.
Joe
This.
almost sold all the Mexicans.
Like, isn't this? Let me explain if this is a fair trade. Let us get the 50 million people by force. No riots. You're not going to fight us. You're not going to cry racism. You're not going to help them. Your NAACP ain't going to support these illegal. Nothing.
Bro, I'll jump in the way. I don't know what the fuck all you people are doing, trying to get rid of like all the good restaurant owners.
Yeah, it's nothing. All the best cooks are white or black.
Good friends are
all the best cooks are white or black. What are you talking about?
You don't like Mexican food. You've been to a Mexican restaurant in the hood. It's delicious.
Bro, yeah, I don't. Dude, I would gladly give up Mexican food. I would gladly give up Mexican food for $150,000 house.
Mexican people are in Chinese restaurants too. They're in every kitchen.
I mean, yeah.
No, but I would gladly give up my. See, this is the exchange people got to realize. Hold on. This is the exchange. Hold on. This is the exchange. This is the exchange. Are you guys paying $600 a month health insurance? Are you mad about? Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. Am I bad still? Are you guys mad about paying $600 a month health insurance? Are you mad about paying $500,000 to $700,000 base house? Are you mad about all the taxes, all the fees?
That's not on them.
No, that's all illegal. No, that's all illegal.
No, it's not at all. That's single site economics.
Yeah, I think
all you're doing is no. Actually, it's dead ass wrong.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'll explain.
Yes, you are. That is single site economics, and so all you're doing is counting costs. You're ignoring the fact that most people who come over here work, and they do it for cheaper, and they do it without using government benefits. Typically, most illegals don't use government benefits.
Okay, can I respond? 60% of illegals here are on benefits. 60%. Yes, it is. Government Accountability Office.
No,
yes, it is. 60%. I'll bring up the statistics if you want.
I just look at the stats. I'm going to see if I can find them.
Yeah, it's 60% of illegals are on some kind of welfare.
What they found is that
23% of natural-born Americans.
Is that they when you
hold on. Can I finish? I let you make your point.
When you have illegal immigrants move into a population, they actually reduce the total number of dollars that the government spends on in that area on.
Okay. Well, if that's true, why is California broke? Because they spent so much on their illegal immigrant health care, and that they're begging the rest of the country to bail them out.
Okay,
I'm you don't understand how
you're absolutely smart enough to know that it is not that California's problems are more complex than
okay. So then let's expand that to the other states. Why did New York do the same thing? Why is every blue state that pays on the books? Hold on, can I explain? Why is every blue state
fucking millionaire tax? You think that might have something to do with it?
I'm talking about the state of New York.
Yeah.
Every single state. These are state programs. This is not a city program. These are state programs that you pay for illegal immigrant health care. Hold on, I'm trying to be polite here. I'm really trying to
Yeah, well, thank you. One at a time. Go ahead.
Yeah, you made your argument about that. One, they contribute about $93 billion in tax revenue. They cost about $483, and why that is measured because by law in the United States, you have to treat everybody that goes into any medical center. You can't ask about their immigration status when you treat them. Number one. Number two, they use the roads. They use all infrastructure every year. Electricity, water, all that is maintenance usage throughout the entire country every year. They don't pay taxes because what they do is they pay remittances. 60% of Mexico's economy is based off remittances from the United States. So they don't pay taxes because they send all their money out of the country. Okay.
Okay. So number 3 after that flow state.
Number three. He's talking about immigrants on welfare. 67% of all immigrants are on welfare of some kind, and even the second generation, there's more. Because the thing is what happens is when people come here and they live off the system for free, teach their kids the system for free.
You robot, and you might as well let Flo go. You robot.
Okay, go ahead.
3 points, Plower Dusty.
Yeah, I don't remember all 3 points. That's why I wanted him to like chill the fuck out. What's the first point?
I heard something about the hospital. They can't ask. They can't ask.
Talking about overall tax revenue.
Here's a perfectly good solution to that. Remove their right to hospital. Ta-da.
Wait. Okay. So now you're going to make them second-class citizens, but you're okay. Okay, so
they are second-class,
but they're not. That's the point. That's my point. They're above you. They are treated by the system as better than you. Let me give you an example.
You must not have seen what ICE is doing, huh?
So the cops do that to us every day.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. They don't have warrants. They take us down.
At least with me, they have warrants.
Yeah, they have warrants with them too. They can't kick their house down without a judicial warrant.
What are your 3 points or 2 points?
Well, the first one was the overall cost.
No.
Those the actual tax revenue of the $93 billion they contribute.
Okay.
This is like the argument. This is like the argument.
You address that.
You embedded within your numbers a whole bunch of things like they use the roads. These are sunk costs, and then the hypothetical numbers added to them. Complete bullshit. Those are sunk costs.
You can track the usage every year. You can track the repair usage, and
I understand what the number is. This is not an actual expense. It's a balance sheet. It's
yes, that's what I'm doing. 93 compared to 483. Right. That's a negative 300 something $1 billion every year.
The other thing is that you're only counting tax revenue. You're not counting what they add to the economy, to the private economy, which is where most of the benefit goes to, because they generally don't pay taxes and they generally don't receive tax benefits as much. What they do is they contribute to the economy. And so at that point, it doesn't matter where the money goes, if they send it home or not, because what they provided to the local economy to get the money is of greater value than the cash received.
Everything that we buy is cheaper because some
wait, hold on.
No, I can go
ahead, Joe.
All these immigrants are working for so fucking cheap, so fucking fast. Everything you pay for is cheaper. You go and buy a banana and a grape, it's because some immigrant picked the shit for 30 cents an hour. That type of shit. They benefit also. Your prices are lower.
Yeah, I know. The gas you pay is higher, the insurance you pay is higher, the housing you pay is higher, the taxes you pay is higher, the property taxes you pay is higher. Everything's higher. You're talking this is what I'm saying. This is small scale.
All that shit ain't immigrants.
Yes, it is. It's simple overpopulation for supply.
Of immigrants.
Can
it's not
speak?
because of war.
I'm arguing with two people. I need the time to actually address each one. One, it literally is. Do you not understand? This is what I'm trying to say. It goes back to simple supply and demand. If you have too many people, too few houses.
No, we're talking about gas.
I'm talking. Let's start at the top.
My gas is higher.
Let's start at the top. The one thing Americans
tell me
want.
That one because we
yes,
might get
gas. I'll give you gas. Yes, I'll
okay.
give you the gas. I'll give you gas. What happens if you're importing a lot of gas and you have a surplus?
If I'm importing and I have a surplus, then my price goes down.
Okay. So what happens though when you're importing the same amount when there were like 390 million and you have 340 million?
I didn't want to do a quiz. Why don't you tell me?
Okay. So you remove all the people buying gas every day and taking up all the imports and buying all the resources, and all that will be oversupplied and the prices will drop just like everything else.
Gas prices are driven by supply, not by demand. You're talking about.
That's what I just said. I just said that. I just said supply. I just said it. Am I crazy here? I just said about importation and price.
It's driven. So illegal immigrants do not affect the supply side, do they?
Yes, they do.
No, they
Yes,
don't.
they
That's how do the
absolutely
straight up
do.
move.
They do because they're taking brain drain from other countries.
It don't affect the demand a whole lot.
What is brain drain?
What
Why
you're doing
can't any of
right
these
now.
countries actually become stable?
Uh-huh.
Because we take all the people and we lure all the people that could make their countries
that's true.
good,
Yeah.
and we bring them here.
Okay, well, I don't know what that has to do with the price of oil.
That means they can't supply anything. Why did Venezuela supply tons of the world's oil and then it stopped?
Wait, are you saying
You're saying
gas
they're
is
not
high
building up
because
their,
they
they're
took
not building
the
up their
smart?
own countries.
You just ran off with the goalpost. None of this has anything to do with
You asked
illegal
about
immigration.
supply side. I'm giving you supply examples.
The supply side price is, especially right now, is driven almost entirely by the war in Iran.
Except if you had a Venezuela pumping oil and it was sending it right directly to us, right? Or selling it in the Western Hemisphere, right?
Right, and we just took over Venezuela. And
Exactly.
it'll take
So
a
that's
while
what we're
to- and
doing
it'll
now.
take a while to stand up that infrastructure. It has
Okay,
nothing
but
to do with illegal
before, but
immigration.
I'm talking about supply side. So when we had during when Venezuela was pumping oil before it was a communist regime, aka brain drain,
Okay.
what was the gas like? What was the price of oil? What was all that? It's pretty good, right? Because you had a Western based production, supply side economics. You had mass overproduction of oil, so it was very, very cheap. And it was very easy to get here because it was right there. But because you
And
had
then they
brain
had-
drain, when 90% of the country ran out of the communist country, you had that country shut down so the supply side, so we became more
So
reliant on
this is
Middle
what it
Eastern
was.
oil.
American.
Okay,
took
can I?
their
This is what I'm saying. I
smartest
can't.
people-
But you're
no,
right.
I can ask for clarification, pimp. Relax. Just ask for
No, I have
clarification.
two people asking me as the question. Is what I'm
Well,
saying.
I'm sorry. Fucking dual task, man. It's fucking sometimes it's 10 niggas on the panel, yeah?
And you still talk more than both of us.
Yeah, I forgot what I was trying. I just wanted clarity as to what you were saying about the immigrants. Oh, you were saying that the reason that they didn't have a better infrastructure, not a better one that worked, was because we took all of the smart ones over here as immigrants. This is how you're tying it into immigrants.
The infrastructure.
No. I'm talking
I
about
don't know
brain
what
drain.
this got to do with
Actually,
immigrants.
No, okay. He talked about supply side economics.
Immigrants. How do immigrants affect the supply side?
I'm gonna connect it.
Okay.
When Venezuela was a thriving democracy and it was pumping oil and everything, and all their people were like, it lowered our price. We had low oil price costs. Okay, we didn't have to produce it here, and we had very cheap oil. Okay, but when Venezuela became a communist country, all the people that were productive there left that country. They emigrated here and in other places, shutting that country down, which raised our prices by causing us to be more reliant on Middle Eastern oil.
You would blame. Wait, it is not the fact that they were taken over by a dictator and all of that crap. That's not why the oil prices are high. It's because they came over here. Look, I gotta go. I gotta meet a friend.
Do we want to look up the Venezuelan outward migration? Like we can look this up.
We don't because
I think
This is very simple. This is a very well-known thing.
It's not the cause of it. It's not the cause.
Well, what is
that
the
is
cause?
Not the cause. That's not the cause of.
What's the
oil
cause
prices.
then?
You're telling me that you think that the communist revolution in Venezuela, 8 years ago, is the reason that
It was 20-something years ago, but yes.
Okay. The reason is because Venezuela does not have adequate infrastructure right now. It takes time to build it up.
Why did that happen?
Not there. It's doesn't matter why it's not there.
Oh, it doesn't matter why it's not.
It has nothing to do with illegal immigrants. That's my point.
It absolutely does.
Venezuela's
Immigration
infrastructure is not caused by us having illegal immigrants here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's migration. It's outward migration. Yes, it is. It's that
you're
there's
saying
a country they can run to instead of building their own.
Illegal immigrants, then they would be down there fixing their infrastructure?
Yes, they'd have to. Where else would they go?
Do you think that the best people in Venezuela are the same ones jumping fences and swimming across canals here?
I think they're the ones that immigrate, yeah.
I think
they're the ones that can get out, yeah.
I actually don't even think that you believe what you're saying at this point.
I actually do.
I think you're being
genuinely do. Apparently, Flo has never heard of brain drain.
It doesn't matter.
Never heard that.
See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. See what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. This is what I'm talking about. He can't really. You see why I just wail these people and I throw it off the cliff? He just said it doesn't matter.
You might as well be saying it's global warming causing it.
Why? No, global warming isn't a fact. Emigration is.
Oh yeah, no. Global warming is
Dude, I
causing
can
it.
prove it to you. I mean, I can prove all this to you if you want to know.
Fossil fuels, and they
But you
eat
don't want to
beef
hear
and
about
pork.
this because you want to take care of the brown people to make you feel like a good person.
You want to hear this? I want to hear this. Say this. I think a lot of this immigration grievances and biases stems to something more personal. When people have they're frustrated on their own economic status and lack of.
I agree.
Why? I'm getting richer from them.
But no, okay. But like I'm talking about most people, dude. Because and also too, I think it's also a good government tactic for to get the people to talk shit about these guys when they don't address our failures in terms of healthcare and schooling system.
Well, it's not about that. It's about that.
No,
it's
it
about
is.
the-
Don't just please don't brush off what I just said.
No, it's not about any of that. I'm going to tell you what it is. The government serves.
You're the
government serves its purpose to serve the citizens, not people that shouldn't be here.
I definitely feel like you're being disingenuous.
No, that's the purpose of a government.
Serves itself.
No, that's not. See, you see what I'm saying? This is the fundamental reality.
But at the expense of the people, though, it's kind of weird.
No, the people could do. We have the Second Amendment. It's just that people don't care.
Yeah.
People are living so good that it's not a deal. You're acting like people are flipping it. No, people will flip out tomorrow if the new iPhone doesn't come out next year more than they do about immigration.
People will flip out if prices become too unaffordable. If
no, they already are. And why are they flipping out about that?
Because inflation's hitting harder.
Why is inflation being hit harder? Why is inflation being hit? Why is inflation?
Because we've been printing money like crazy for 70 years.
And why are we printing money?
What do you mean? Why are we printing money?
Why are we printing money?
Why don't you just tell me what you're thinking?
Well, no, I'm asking. I'm trying to lead you to make you think.
Because there's a ton of reasons over the past 100 years. I don't know.
What is the number one? What is the number one reason of what we spend money on? What is about 60% of our income or of our expenditure?
Oh, hear that entitlement. Let's build on that.
Exactly, entitlements. Exactly, and who are the entitlements? Illegals.
No, they're not retirees.
Yes, that is. Who reimburses hospitals? Who reimburses childcare facilities? Who reimburses the schools?
See,
who reimburses the schools for teaching illegals? Who reimburses the schools?
Wait, hold on, Imperius. Every time he talks, you keep.
He's not saying anything.
Yeah, I mean, he is talking. Calm down.
I put a link in the back so that you can educate yourself on it. It talks about how the presence of illegal immigrants. This is a government paper from the Fed of Dallas.
And I'll put you another one right here.
Okay. So you're being disingenuous. You're talking over me. You're just insisting on things. Yeah.
Let's get personal here, bro. Like I've heard that you were in the Proud Boys float and all that stuff. Yeah. Would you say that a good majority of those guys, or even if immigration was a thing, a concern?
Say that again.
Was that a concern for you back then?
I
think a lot of those guys.
For me, it was a concern when there was the big caravans moving across Central America, but at this point, yeah. It was never a massive concern for me personally.
Exactly. That's why he doesn't. He's not involved in it, so he doesn't care.
No,
that's my point. He's not involved in it.
I'm asking him.
It doesn't affect him, so he doesn't. He's a liberal. He doesn't care as long as it doesn't see him. But as long as he can get what he wants done to feel good about himself when he has no morality. He wants to feel good by taking care of the Browns like pets.
I don't care about taking care of the brown people.
Well, then why do you want him here?
Because they provide fucking benefits.
No, they don't. That's the whole point. The literal financial numbers. How do people that don't have a Social Security and don't pay taxes contribute more? How?
Why are we getting all
worked up? Listening to your shrieking at this.
Because he can't explain how people with no Social Security numbers can pay taxes
all fucking day long. You just want to shut the fuck up.
How? How are they paying taxes? They don't have Social Security numbers. How?
They don't pay taxes.
Man.
Exactly. So they don't pay taxes.
They don't pay.
So they have more rights than us. They can have the benefits without paying taxes. Thank you. Thank you. I just want you to remit that they don't have to pay taxes.
They don't pay income taxes. And that's
no, they don't. They don't pay income taxes. They get paid under the table.
That is a benefit to all of us.
Oh, it's a benefit that they cannot pay taxes, but we do. That's a benefit to us.
Are you going to stop?
It's a benefit to us that they get all the benefits that we do, but they don't pay, but we pay for them.
Let's talk one at a time.
No, exactly. He wants to grandstand on morals when he can't explain where his morals come from other than it makes him feel good.
One at a time.
It's economic.
No, it's not about economic.
I forgot about the beer. You want some? How about some ether?
What?
Never mind.
Yeah, man. I want to, Yo. Yeah, I want to. If we can't talk one at a time like normal, because it's like this. Would I even talk like this normally, like offline? If I'm talking with some friends or acquaintances? No, I mean, even if we disagree, can we just try to do that? And if not, let's just be honest and not do it. Either we can all end the show, or we can, talk about something else. But if you can't, let's just see if we can do that, man. Let's go, bro. Why we gotta be all like, this is fucking retarded, bro?
Because his own side 10 years ago was agreeing with
everybody when they start speaking.
His own side 10 years ago was agreeing with me. Obama said illegal immigration was the single greatest threat to American economy. So in 10 years he flips his thing because it makes him feel good. It makes him feel good because this is what I'm saying.
Just take him for what he says. Like,
no, I don't take him for what. That's what I'm saying. I don't take a felon for anything.
I don't even know what he says because you're talking. I can't even.
I don't care what he says. That's the point.
Shriek.
No, Flo. Keep looking to people. Keep looking to other people for your morals. Keep trying to help people, but not have any morals.
Anywhere for morals.
All right, well, that's what you're doing. You're saying, please, brown people, give me more money so I don't have to work.
Hey, Flow State.
That's not
what. Are you?
So you agree with slavery, right? You want him here on lower wages so that your prices are down, right? You don't care about them not having health care. You don't care about them not having fucking. You don't care about them. You care about slavery. Thank you. You're a slave trader.
I have to say this. Flow State, are you?
Flow State's a slave trader. He likes. He talks about black people like he wants.
Hold on. Flow State, are you a liberal atheist, or are you a libertarian agnostic? That's the question.
Libertarian agnostic, but I don't push back against liberal atheists because of the people I talk to a lot.
Yeah, libertarian, as in everyone just do what they want. Nobody has rules.
That's right. I don't need a daddy.
Exactly. So when you can pay enough, I'll let you take my shit. When you pay into it as much as I pay into it.
Shit.
No, you don't pay into shit.
You don't have shit.
Oh, that's right. I pay 38% taxes, but you don't pay shit. Yeah. I know, but you pay online. You're an online guy running from your IRS tax forms. So again, when you pay into what I pay, you can have a voice.
You don't pay shit, and I don't care.
I have a job. I pay payroll. I have payroll taxes. I have actual income tax. I have income tax. You have to pay your taxes on a. You have to pay your taxes. You got to pay your taxes through here. You got to file them and make sure you better make your taxes right because they're coming after your ass soon, Flo. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. You could sit there and be a slave trader and say, I want brown people here to keep my prices lowered. I know you want brown slaves here to keep your prices. I know the liberal whites have always wanted their slaves. They want it. I know he just said it. So when I talk about blacks being enslaved and I say the N-word, and I say the N-word, don't sit there and talk about morals. Don't sit there and talk about morals. Don't ever talk about right or wrong, Flo. Don't ever talk about right or wrong. You're a slave trader. You just admitted it.
I never talked about
You're a slave trader. You just admitted it. You're a slave trader. You just said you like that there's slaves here. That you like that there's slaves here, and you like slave trading.
You
like slave trading. It's okay. It keeps your prices down. You like slave trading.
Someone who takes advantage of the slave trade.
No, he likes that they don't qualify for health care. They don't qualify for child support. They don't qualify to deal with the courts when they're abused by the people who get them here. He doesn't care about slave trading. He cares about his prices staying down. That's why I'm saying I don't want to hear when I say the N-word, Flo talking about, meanness or N-words or morals or what hurts feelings. Because he doesn't care. He cares about his price down. He just admitted it. And so as long as we can have, why not repeal the 13th? That'll really keep prices down, Flo. Why not repeal the 13th? Answer me.
I don't think it would.
Oh, you don't think slavery from 30 million more, 40 million more slaves wouldn't keep prices down? Putting them in shacks? Putting them in shacks and not housing them with air conditioning, putting them outside in slave quarters, that wouldn't keep the prices down.
Are you trying to pivot and take a moral high ground?
No, I'm saying that I'm not pivoting anything. You said you like slavery. You said you like slavery. This isn't about me. This is about you.
Oh my God.
You said you like slavery, Flo, so just stick by it. You want the prices down. You said, yes, I like that they're here like slaves. We can rewind it. Rewind the audio.
Let me repeat it.
Yes, let's repeat it. Repeat it for me.
Let's hear him say it again.
Imperious, if I say it again, will you stop shrieking and trying to click?
No, I want you to say it so I can say nigger a bunch. So you can't say anything.
Hey, yo.
No, I just want Flo.
You're not even.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, why is that bad if I say that? Why is racism wrong, Flo? If the KKK wants to abuse black people tomorrow, why are you against that?
You're the racist.
If it brings the economy, if slavery and racism bring the economy and help you lower prices, is that bad? If tomorrow the white KKK supremacy take over, but the prices drop a ton, is that bad?
Slave the Catholics. I'd really like to get some.
I know. Now you're pivoting. Now you're pivoting away from what you said.
I really love to see some.
I know. Now you're pivoting away. Flo, you got smacked around again. You need to go back to Wilson. I know. You need to go back to Wilson to have him teach you what I taught him. Get out of here, Flo. You lost. You got tried, measured, and found lacking, you slave trader.
I think you guys want to be like him.
It's okay. No, Andrew Wilson, I knew him before he was online. I knew him as a food. Why do I? No. Ask Flow State why Wilson says Mr. Imperious. Because I know Wilson before he was on the internet.
He doesn't say that at all.
Oh, really? He did. Why was he on your show? And he argued that Imperious is a nice guy and would never strike anybody.
No, he said that. He said you were a piece of shit and he didn't want to talk to you.
No, he didn't. He said no. I got the audio. We can bring it up. And what he said when he said, "Oh, Imperious, he would never strike somebody's channel. He's a good guy."
Catholic slave.
He's a good. Oh, now he's talking about. Now he's talking about slaving the Catholics when we enslaved everybody. We took over the world, bud. We had South America, Africa, Asia. We had the most slaves. Flo, you can't win. You can't win, Flo. You're always at the bottom. You'll always be beneath.
I've already won.
You've already won by what? Being a felon with a wife with tracks on her arms? You think being online and needing people to donate you change is winning?
You're an outcast.
Having no skill on the open market is winning? Not having no skill on the open market is winning.
W-2 Flow State, but I assume that he's making more money than
not more than me.
In this sector.
Not more than 300K a year. You're making more than 300K a year, Flo.
Bro.
You're making more than 300K a year, Flo.
You are a fake person.
I know. So are you, Flo. Flo, you're a fake person too. I know, Flo. You're on the internet. You're a fake person because you're on the internet. The biggest fake people on the internet are people who have channels that need to make a living off of it.
Hold on. What makes you think that he's a fake person?
Oh, I've made a video.
I've got a video. Here's a second.
He showed his bar card one time. It was hilarious because what he did is he went to the website, I don't remember which state, but the Bar Association website, and he pulled down the image of a sample card that didn't even have a name on it, and he tried to pass it off as his chaotic truths. It was fucking hilarious. I'll put the link backstage.
All right, hold on.
Okay, yeah, and so now it's like, okay,
is that true?
No, I showed 3 bar cards, and he made a whole video, and then when he got proven wrong, he got all upset on that. Dude, this has been done for years or two. I've had to deal with Flo on this. See, the thing is Flo's made videos trying to disprove that I'm an attorney, and he can't do it.
A lot of people
he's so but let me hold on. He's made videos about me, yet he's got proven wrong by other people on his own show. On his own show, people have come up there and said, no, he is. And then yet Flo is still obsessed because he thinks
nobody's ever said that to me.
I know, Flo. I know. He's talking. He doesn't even remember the bar card. Which bar card did I show? I have 3 different ones.
In the back.
Which one did I show?
Hold on.
Which one did I show? Because I showed one with my signature.
Slavery is forced. Immigrants are choosing a lesser evil. Stupid to compare the two.
Well, so they're choosing willful slavery, like the Roman Empire.
Willful slavery. That's a fun term.
Yeah, it is. Did you know the Romans said you can sell yourself to slavery? Yeah, no, it's actually the Roman slave idea was that you sold yourself to slavery. Yes, see, this is what I'm saying. Flo talks when he doesn't know anything. He's a guy who married a woman with. Remember, Flo sent his girl to drug dealers to hide from the cops.
Come on, please don't talk about.
Well, then he better not talk about me and try to make it personal. He wants to make it personal. I can make it personal too.
Oh, you're getting mad
because
you're
I make it personal.
Being a fake lawyer again.
I know, and you're sitting there with your girl that passed a bunch of drug dealers and had sex with them while on the run. While you were in prison and you held your chick out on the run to a bunch of drug dealers, a chick with track marks all over her arms. Yeah, Flo. I mean, I'm so bad. Flo. I would rather be an imaginary person on the moon than have a chick that I passed to a bunch of drug dealers like she was the white girl in traffic.
You don't have
your girlfriend was like the white girl in traffic, bro. Stop it.
You have
what is this,
Imperious?
Flo said, what are we looking at? Right? Oh, that's you. But like, hold on.
He's trying to bring up all this stuff. Yeah, exactly.
That's
this is the one here. He was reviewing that he thought originally I was wrong about the.
You were wrong.
I was. Bring it up because you're just highlighting right now. You wait. Let's solve this again, Flo. You don't think I can get a? You don't think I can get as an FFL 03?
We're gonna watch the right movie.
No. You're not. You're not taking over the show unless you want me to show stuff too. Do I get to show stuff too?
That's the wrong one.
Do I get to show stuff too, Gabe? Gabe, do I get to show stuff too, like his prison record and stuff, or no? Do I get to show his record and stuff on here or no?
Oh no, come on, bro.
Okay, then don't bring it up. No, if you want to be a coward, see, you're no different than RLM. It's okay when he goes kind of far, but when Imperius wants to throw it off the cliff, it's too much.
I see what you're saying. But Flow State has made it clear about his past.
I've made it clear that I've made it clear that he doesn't know the shit. He said he can't prove anything, just like he proved the FFL 03. What? You made hundreds of videos about me. I know.
I've made 2 videos about you.
No, every show you talk about me. Imperius was doing this. Imperius was doing that. Imperius is this. Imperius. That's why your own people paid for me to come back. Your show's boring without me. You're nothing without me. You're nothing without me.
You got dropped with the rest of them in a
I know you're nothing without me.
All right,
you make your living off my shit that I spew. You make your living off what I do for fun sitting here on my fucking couch. No, you're not watching anything until we can bring up your criminal record.
Go find it.
Okay, so as long as we can bring up his record, as long as I can give you his record, he brings it up.
Is that fair enough if we show this? Like we can bring up whatever he has?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, then he doesn't bring it up.
Never mind then.
Okay, see, bitch, Flo, it's too scary for you. You want to be like the white girl. You want to be like the white girl. I'll tip my toe in the shit water, but I don't want to jump in. Flo, if you're going to deal with me, you better be ready to die. You better be ready to die, Flo, if you want to fuck with me, because I'm ready to kill me, Imperius. I'm not going to kill you. I'm saying you have to ready to sacrifice your life to beat me, because I'll go to the ends of the earth to beat you.
So gay.
I'll go to the ends of the earth to win. I don't care if I have to kill my own family to win.
Do you understand how gay
I don't care if I had to kill my own mother to win. I do it.
So gay.
I know. Well, now you're reduced to be calling a 5-year-old name. Yeah, you're gay. You're gay. You got reduced to the bitch you are. You couldn't come on here and try to bully another creator because you're a bitch. So now you're going, oh, he's gay. He's gay. He's mean. He's mean.
It starts with the O. I'll just leave it at that.
It turns with the what? What'd you say?
O. Your first name starts with the O.
No. Ask Mariah what my name is.
Yeah, but it does.
It starts with a J. My name starts with a J.
Yeah. Kind of like your card card.
My name starts with a J.
Okay. A Jew?
No, it's definitely not a Jew. I'm not a kite. No, but again, this is where I'm saying Flo thinks he knows his name. Flo, I know everything about you. Flo, I know everything about you. I know your parents. I know your wife. I know where. I know just like I know everything about Wilson. I know everything about you.
You actually don't know everything about Wilson.
Yeah, that's called the Florida bar card.
Truth hand.
So a literal. Yeah. So that's chaotic because I sent it to him too.
You should mute him so that we can listen to this. Because
So Flo, I get to bring up the record now.
You're not funny because he's freaking out.
Okay, but my bring up the record or do I flag the stream? Okay, I'm gonna flag it now because you're. Do I flag the stream for harassment for you because you're being under harassment?
You said that's not you.
I don't care. You're putting up my image and likeness. You're putting up you're targeting me and memory. Then why can't we put Flo's shit up? Why can't I bring up Flo's criminal record then? If Flo's saying it's not his record, why can't I bring it up then?
I didn't say it was
why. You see how you're a bitch? No, this is why all of you are pussies. It's enough because it goes within the TOS because you need to make money. I don't care about money. I want to ruin your life.
Yeah,
that's the difference. I want to ruin your life. I'm on here to ruin people's lives. I'm not on here for money. I'm not on here. I'm literally on here to get losers like you to end yourself. I'm not on here for money. If I can get one person to off themselves on here, I'll feel confident.
I don't care what you're on here for, Imperius.
I know, and you showed the Florida bar card, which is obviously not cut out. It wasn't cut out. You would see edges. You would see edges. It was laminated by the Florida bar and mailed to me with a bar number, with a fucking bar number on it, with a serial code, with a fucking
glitching out.
The thing you scan when you go to court.
Why'd you work?
It had a scan number on there. It had a bar number. It had the way you think you can fucking
down.
No, I want you to have the balls to defend yourself with how vigorous I do.
No,
I want you to have some balls to defend yourself the way I defend myself, and that's why I don't respect you. Why should I respect a bitch?
Care.
I know you don't care, but you're here dancing for me. You were here to interact with me. You came up here for me. So if you didn't care, you wouldn't be here. Your own existence necessitates me.
Are you gonna
your existence necessitates me. You weren't here for him. You were here to come talk to Daddy. You're here because I got viral talking to the blacks, and you want some of that attention. You want some of the attention of me dominating Taz like I dominate you. You want this on your channel so you can go, oh, look, I got dominated by Imperius just like Taz. You want clips. You can say, look, I'm part of Imperius. Look, Imperius, I can put it in my channel so people come see it because people know Imperius more than me. Flo, I'm bigger than you ever will be. I played the Bane better than you did. I'm better than you at everything.
I know. Both of you guys are awesome. Can you guys leave me a donation?
No, he's a bitch.
Come on, bro.
No, I want him to kill himself.
Oh, you can't leave me.
I want him to overdose on all the coke that he sniffed off strippers' cocks.
Huh?
Just so that everybody knows, I did post the video in the community.
Yeah, it's been posted for a year. It doesn't bother me.
I know, but
it just bothers me when a guy plays one side and not the other. I don't give a shit what you do. Bring it up. I don't, dude. You think I give a fuck about? I want more videos made about me. Make another one about me.
I don't need to make another one about you.
Make another one. All I want to do is just show Flow State's fucking. Can I at least show his mugshot? Can I at least show his mugshot then? Can I at least show his mugshot? Since you brought something, can I at least show his mugshot?
I mean,
can we at least show his mugshot then?
I'm not giving you permission to show.
I don't give a fuck about your permission. I don't give a fuck about what you have to say, you felon bitch. I don't give a fuck about you felon bitch. You fucked your life up, so it's out there. You have no fucking right to that, bitch. You have no right to your record, bitch. You have no right to privacy, bitch. You have no right to privacy, bitch.
Well, there he is in the right.
You have no right to privacy.
On the right with the blackface.
That's it. You have no right to privacy, bitch. You have no right to privacy, bitch.
Yeah, but I do. If I tell you that I don't give you permission,
I don't give a fuck. It's not yours.
Then that starts.
That doesn't know. It's just like I didn't give you the right to post what you thought about me. I can flag this channel for harassment. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna flag the same now. So now you're doing the same thing I did, but you cry when I do it. But you'll do the same thing. You're a bitch, dude. This is how I expose you, fucking queers. All I do is just be here.
I'm just better.
You're literally. I am what you want to be. You do everything months after I do it. You just did it momentarily now. I said I'll flag it for harassment. Now you're saying, oh, I don't give you permission. I'll go do something. Dude, you're my bitch, Flo. All of you are my bitches. From Wilson on down. You're all my bitches. You all fear me. You suck off my fucking taint. Dude, you are nothing to me, bro. I am YouTube. That's what you don't fucking get. Why do these blacks have me on their channel to abuse them? Why do you keep bringing me back? You need me, motherfucker. You need me more than anybody in the fucking world. You? I'm the biggest antagonist in the fucking world, motherfucker. And your show is nothing. Nobody is anything without an antagonist. You piece of shit. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy, bitch. I'm the bad guy. Shut your mouth. I'm the bad guy. I get to act how I want. You're the good guy saving the blacks and the browns, remember? You're the good guy saving the blacks and the browns. Shut your mouth. I get to be racist. You don't. You're the good guy, right, bitch? That's like, stay silent, pussy. Back down on your knees where you belong.
Okay. Are you done crying? Can we watch the video now?
No. Then are we bringing up the mugshot?
Nope.
Okay, then we're not watching it. Because I'll flag the channel then too. So pick one, Flo. You're not gonna fucking. You're not bullying. You're not playing these fucking games, queer.
The channel. You know why? It's not personally identifiable information.
Actually, it is. It's harassment. I'm on here. Since I'm on here, and you said I'm gonna bring it up, and it's about you, and it's about your bar card and stuff. Yeah, I can strike it.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
You haven't been successful on my channel.
Oh, I haven't tried. You wait. Mariah, ask how many. Tell them how many channels I fucking brought down. Mariah, come on up here, Mariah. The Flo. I'm gonna do.
I know.
Give him the ideas that I have RLM's nudes already, and I can get his wife's nudes too.
Ew,
what would happen if your wife's nudes just got released, Flo?
No, yeah.
What would happen if I just had the Groypers make sure that her nudes are out there? Not yours, Gabe. I'm talking about Flo's.
I'm talking
about Flo's. What would happen if the Groypers of a guy named Jim, who's a felon for assault with a deadly weapon?
That sounds like a pervert.
Yeah, his name's Jim Houston. He's a guy who is he went to jail for assault with a deadly weapon for stalking.
Jim, he's a scary guy. He's a scary guy.
Look at Pattern Dusty. Double down. Look at that shit.
What if your scary friend Jim got a hold? Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go. But I got the better mugshot.
I don't give a fuck.
I got the better mugshot. Can't I get the one where you're actually with the prison mugshot, not the arrest one? Can we show the prison one, not the arrest one? Can we show the prison one and
He
not
went
the
to
arrest
prison.
one?
Who cares? It's big.
No,
you
I
listen
do.
to
I do
people
because
here in
again, a
prison.
guy who's in there for pedophilic activity can't really.
Oh,
I
come
mean,
on,
talk
bro.
about.
All right, now we.
Well,
now we
he
got
sold
that.
drugs to
That's
kids.
slander.
He sold drugs to
That's
kids.
definitely.
He
Yeah, come
sold.
on,
No,
man.
it's not. He sold drugs to kids. He sold drugs to kids. That's
You don't gotta talk
pedophilia.
about
What do you
that
think kids do with drugs?
First of
They
all,
fuck their
like,
drug dealers.
I see why you hide your identity so much. I'm gonna have
I
to ask
see
you
why
off-
you. I see
I'm
why
gonna
you
have
went to
to
prison
ask
because
you
you're really
off who you
stupid.
are.
I see why you
Dude,
went to
you don't
prison
even
because
have
you're really
Avatar.
stupid and desperate. I see why you went to prison. You're really stupid and desperate. That's why you're still here.
Uncle
You're
Fatty
so
says the
desperate you can't
almighty
fire up
powerful
a stream on your
Groypers.
show because I have more
He's
people
scared.
watching me now than you ever will.
Yeah.
I know, Flo. It's okay. You can't beat me. See, Wilson understood this after I got to him. You'll understand too.
Nobody
Everybody in
understands that.
the
You
end.
live in a
Well,
delusion and
it's
we-
like
and we allow
Palpatine
it.
said. Remember NPC? Only at the end do you understand.
You are the lamest villain.
Only
ever.
at the end do you understand. Why would I care about what a guy who went to prison thinks of me? I'm lame. Like you went to prison, bro. I'm on a different level of society. Like
Yeah,
I would
you
never,
are.
I would never even be
You are on a
arrested.
different level.
Why do you
Sir,
slum
I would
it?
never even be arrested
Why do you slum it then here? If that's the case,
because
But
I
he's a
want
fucking
people like him
leader.
to end themselves. If I can get people to, if I can ruin people's
doesn't
channels,
sound like
ruin
very
their
Catholic.
shows, ruin their stuff to get them so they have no money to off
It's
themselves,
just projection.
that means
It's
less
just movement
tax revenue is
projection.
being spent on them.
that's what it is.
I just want people. I want the low class
He
to
pretends to be a
self-delete.
lawyer. He pretends to be rich. He pretends to
I
be
know.
all
I
these things.
pretend I know,
look
Flo,
how-
but the
look how
difference is I would
genuine
rather
the idea
pretend to
of
be a
us-
man on the moon than I would to be a real life you.
Oh,
You're a
speaking of that,
felon. You can't get a
Imperius,
job.
listen
You
to
can.
this.
You can't be.
Flosin,
I
you hear
would
this?
rather. I'll be the next man on
can't hear anything
Mars.
of it.
Wait, hold
I'll
on.
be.
Imperius, you said you wanted to be a eunuch, a golden eunuch. Can you
Yeah,
explain that?
absolutely. Because look at the simping Flo
Wait.
does. He's
You said a
married to a
golden
chick
eunuch.
that
What does
banged
that
all of
mean?
these drug dealers while he was in prison, and you still love that. That is a
I don't love
degradation
that.
of yourself.
That's not cool. I like Flow State, but I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
here's why. I
Why do
mean,
you want to be a eunuch?
Yeah, what
yeah,
about that?
I
Can you
would.
explain
Why would
that?
I ever want to? Women are a
You
weakness,
should
bro.
be a eunuch.
I wish I was.
Do
But
it.
self-castration is
Let me
actually
do
a crime
it.
in America. Self-castration is a
Let's
crime
do
in
it.
America, sir. Self-castration is a crime in America, sir.
Cut him off.
Self-castration is a
wasn't a
crime in
crime, you would do
America,
it?
sir.
Imperius?
Self-castration is a crime in America.
Wow, he's
I don't
committed.
care.
He said he would do it. He said he would
told
do
you,
it
I'd
if he-
kill my
if it
own
was
mom
legal.
if
You
that meant
value
me
the
being
law
right.
more than your balls. That the law is what's stopping you.
Gabe, I told you I would kill my mom if that meant being right. There's
He is
no
a
ends of
righteous
the earth
soldier,
I would
bro.
do. There's no
Imperius?
ends of the earth
Damn,
that I
he
won't
was
go
wrong.
to
His
win.
balls are useless.
There is nowhere, anywhere in the universe that I won't go to win.
Wow, are you gonna clip that? Get it? Pun intended.
Like, see, that's why Flo could never beat me
You're that
because
desperate to win, but you don't win.
desperate. I've won so bad. You're here for me. Welcome to my web, said the spider to the fly. You're here now. Just like when
Right.
Wilson said you're banned
Yeah,
on your
Wilson.
show, but you're still here before me. You were brought before me. I'm your master now.
There's a comment that says special cases Imperius is the real Elliot, jealous Roger.
Oh no, I would have chopped his head off a long time ago just for the fun of it.
This
You
is
won't
real
chop
jealous.
anyone.
No, because he's a
You
nerd.
are
See,
the
I picked on
you're
nerds
the
like
most
that. No, the
hated
difference.
nerd. You are the most
I would have
cowardly
what I
person
would
on
have done, what
YouTube.
I would have done is because I was probably fucking half those chicks in that sorority. I would have I would have done is I would have rather found him and then raped him in the middle of UC Santa Barbara about 150 times, bring him up for
That's
about
about the
a
only
week.
way you get laid, I bet.
Oh well, that's fine. I mean, women like it though. That's the whole thing. See
How
what
would
Flo
you-
doesn't. Here,
how would
let's
you know?
talk about the
Well,
women's subject.
We
That'll
can-
really
we
get
can
Flo
all
upset.
sell the virgin
Let's
energy.
get
all
let's get
over
the
you.
women's subject. That'll get
There's
real
not a
Flo's
person
little.
here that
That'll
believes that
get
you're-
Flo's.
you're not
That'll
a
get
virgin.
Flo's labia lips really flapping.
Who's banged more chicks, Imperius or Powder Dusty? That's
Oh me, absolutely. Oh me, absolutely. I went to USC.
You can
It's
hear
not-
the virginity in his voice. How did you
Oh,
go
I
there?
know,
and
I
manage
know,
to not
Flo.
get laid?
I know, Flo. You're the one that's married. You're the one that's with one chick, bro.
but you don't go with
and
anybody.
an ugly
Imperius.
one
You
at
got
that.
choice,
A
right?
bit.
Yeah,
You're
exactly. That's what I'm
celibate.
saying. But that's one thing. And when I was a philanthropist,
And it is by choice, huh? It's by choice, right?
Flo,
That's what he
when,
says.
hey, Flo, when we
Yep.
can buy a yacht party, you can come
He
talk.
also says he wins. He beats everybody and everything, and everyone.
I do. I do. That's why you're paying attention to me because you need my
He says
attention.
all sorts of things, and none of them are true.
Yeah, you do, Flo, because you're here for me now.
At this point,
You're here
I'm
for
just waiting on
me.
to see if we can-
You're
At this
you're
point, I
just
just
waiting
wanna
on
watch-
me to give you attention so you could clip this and get some views on
Actually,
your channel
if you
because you
could
need
stop
me.
giving me attention, then me and Gabe could watch the video.
No,
clip
Flo,
and,
I was here
then
before
we
you.
can-
You can leave. Flo, I was here before you could leave. You came here to talk to me.
Yeah, he was.
You came here before. You came here to me.
No, I came here to defend you because you're getting mogged.
No,
by
I came here to defend me. What are you gonna wait? Before you defend me, you have to get your mouth off my sack. No,
shit.
before like you gotta get your mouth off my sack before you want to defend me, bro. Like, I mean, you're sitting here watching me. Your little anger, like the liberal you are, building up inside. I don't like what he's saying. He doesn't like the women and the blacks, and I'm moral, and I'm a libertarian, but I don't really believe in anything. But you know,
he's very nuanced. Actually, we got a different side of him earlier. He's actually
like I don't like that there's like I wouldn't allow white people to re-enslave other people because I've said that a million times on my channel. That's immoral, and white people are immoral. But I like that the Browns are here on slavery wages with no health care and no legal protections for their kids like slaves because my Texans are I'm still moral. I'm going to talk about imperials that.
What if he's actually the good one? Flow State, like everything flips upside down. And if you actually listen to him.
Well, he's an N-word lover. Of course, he's upside down.
I take that back after he said that.
Yeah, if it's upside down, I don't really care. I'm not trying to have a morality contest with him. He can just
because he has no morals. He just sits there and spews shit that he thinks he knows.
Oh shit!
Okay, if you have no morals, you can't talk about morals. You're a felon. You can't get a job. Why are you talking about economics? What the fuck are you doing,
Flo? Can I drop this dude so we can watch the video?
No, you're not gonna. If you drop me, I'll just flag the channel. If you don't if you don't post his fucking picture and his criminal record, it's gonna be even, Flo. For once in your life, you're gonna have to deal with somebody one-on-one. For once in your life, you're not gonna be able to pay people off with a blowjob. You're gonna have to deal with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere, Flo.
If I can't do it, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you can leave, Flo. I was here before you. If you can't get what you want, go back, baby, to your room.
We're working out
go back to your room, baby. Go back to your room. I know. Go back to your room, baby. You go back to hide under your bed. There are wonders out here. There are wonders out here, but it's not for the faint of heart.
A second. I have to admit, this summer as a teacher, all the normal sources of revenue is not there, so a donation would be greatly appreciated. However, I don't think it's worth it, bro. I'm almost at my monetization because I'm restating it. I'm not trying to fuck it up, but
okay. Well, you should watch it because it's pretty funny.
I'll probably watch it on my own, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I'm gonna set up a live stream and I'm just gonna loop it.
Okay. Oh shit! God damn, that's even worse, bro. I mean, you can still leave a donation, but like,
well, I mean, if you play it, I will.
Yeah. And by the way, Mariah, my good friend Mariah, she's encouraged me not to, and I don't want to though. I don't want to.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody wants to see it, I'll be looping it. All right, thank you for having me up.
Yeah, run, bitch! You didn't get your way, pussy. Look at him. He's like, dude, this is what I'm saying. This is the guy talking about me. He wanted to come up here and bull you. This is what.
Hold on, Imperius. Slow down. You're glitching out. Say it again.
Okay. As much as you say I disrespect, or that right there was more disrespectful than anything. He thought he could come up here because he thinks he has a bigger channel and bully you and pressure you into playing what he wanted to get clips for his channel. You see, this is what you don't even understand.
Normally I would have just took the money, but I love my channel. I'm not trying to get a straight.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, you know. But
I think, to be honest, though, I think it's kind of fucked up for you even like threatening me like that. I mean, you could have said it in a nicer way.
I didn't know, but okay. So if you're gonna sit there, no, but what? Okay, again, this is what everyone says. This is so fucked up.
I'm giving you a chance, Imperius.
No, I am, but hold on, let me explain to you. I'm talking to you genuinely right now.
Yeah, I know.
Why wouldn't I? Okay, this is one second. If you're gonna sit there and go, okay, I'm gonna let Flow State bring up stuff that he wants to bring up, but not gonna let you bring up what you want because I like Flow for some whatever, or I don't want you bringing that up, but he can bring up what he wants.
No, I like
why
Flow
wouldn't
State.
I
like
then?
You too, I guess. This is weird.
Yeah, but my saying is, if you were to do that, why didn't I go behind that and say, okay, then screw you then. If you're gonna treat me different and below somebody else,
fair is fair, right?
Yeah, fair is fair. Yeah. If he wants to play that video, he can show. We can go and bring up the pages of his indictment.
Well,
but he doesn't want that because he doesn't respect you. He's like, I could come on this smaller person's channel and bully him to get him.
Well, to be honest, like, yeah, you're right. He in that movie he does it, but you don't either. By the way you were moving, in the sense that you didn't even talk about the topic. None of you people did.
Yeah, I could talk about the topic, but he came on again. Okay, to speak about a prescription. You have to have ontology, and he just told you he doesn't. I laid the foundation with my questioning. He heard what he said. He doesn't care that they're here as slaves. He doesn't care about their wage. He doesn't care about the people. He cares about his prices.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I said, okay, so that's no different from the slaves with the blacks.
Well, you got the melody say, "Is Limperius winning again?" What?
I'm just, you know, I don't know. To me, it's just wild. This is what I'm saying about the selective morality about people. How I'm the only real, true, like moral person on here because I treat everybody exactly the same.
Even this person.
Warning: the following video contains violence, gore, and traps. Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, Mel?
I love Melanie.
What's up? I thought you guys were going to go on a date like last year. You were really like putting the moves on her one night. Imperious.
Yeah, I don't date people who call me a troon.
And plus, you already have a partner. That wouldn't be good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. What's up? What do you got for us?
Oh no! Don't let me stop Imperious from whining. This is the least aggro I've ever seen him, so I'm actually supporting this.
We have a calming effect.
See, that's the thing. I'm fine, but he comes. This is what I'm saying. Like, I respond to what people bring up, and then I just go off the cliff with it because I'm a nut job, and people can't handle it. Like, don't test the shit if you don't like. Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you shoot a grizzly bear with a pellet gun?
Hell no.
Okay, then why? The same thing. You're playing games with me. Like people are playing games with a bear. I'm gonna maul you.
Mm-hmm.
You better kill me with a 357. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is saying Flo's had this video up for a year. I don't give a shit about the video. I just don't like it like that. I go on pan. It's what happened to RLM earlier. It's just you literally just saw an example of it. Double standards for me. Because I'm meaner and I'm better at insulting people and I'm better at getting people.
I respected you by not playing the thing. Like I didn't know. Like, yeah.
What do you mean?
By not playing it, I could have just played it for free. Even like
I get it. But what I'm saying is, no, of course you could. But what I'm saying is, you made a decision with some kind of integrity. Because if somebody's going to attack somebody on your show with something, and you're not going to allow the other person to respond with the same kind of media or the same kind of type of information, that seems pretty weak and shit like that. And then someone's going to, if you're going to go if people are going to go passive aggressive, underhanded, I'm just way more passive aggressive.
Yeah, even if I didn't like you, like I probably would give you a chance still.
Yeah, you put it up. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's integrity. That's some sign of integrity. People here, like, they don't have that. And people flip the fuck out here. Like, the people want special treatment, special privileges, special shit.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what happened with RLM earlier. He's okay with Glenn talking about grape. She's okay with Casper. But when I talked to Casper and I said, Casper, shut the F up. I don't want to hear your opinion when you come from a country that allows graping gangs. That's too much.
Yeah.
You see what I'm I'm the only one with any real morals because I treat everyone the same.
Well, I think it's a combination of that, maybe the way you present it, your thoughts. Some people,
but I only present it like I can be fine, like but I can be fine like this.
You know?
Yeah, but I can be soft and nice like this all the time. But people start getting aggressive. My aggression is psychotic. That's the difference. They don't like this is what I'm trying to say. It's me who's really the victim, because my anger and how I individually am is so much more vicious than they are. I'm supposed to restrain myself for them, even though they're allowed to express their anger because their anger is weaker than mine.
Well, my thing is if you are above them as a spiritual being, physical being, whatever, sometimes it is better just to be humble yourself and just like, you can.
No, it absolutely is. I'm humble.
I know who I am, what power I have, and you can say whatever the fuck you want. But the truth is still the truth. So you can do it that way too.
No, absolutely you can. No, I'm not saying you can't. But what I'm trying to say is, how do I say this? How do I say this shit? If you're going, I expect the same. Look, it's an adversarial confrontation. I expect that people are allowed to present the same things the other party does. If somebody like I never bring up shit first. If you notice, I don't bring up race shit first. I don't bring up like sex. No, I wait for someone to mention it, and then I throw it off the cliff with that subject.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you're trying to be a trickster troll, like
Yeah, if
like
I'm just going on to troll, yeah. But if I'm talking to like if I get really like in a debate where I'm yelling at someone like that with flow, I only bring up the race shit or the sex stuff after somebody initiates that subject.
Oh, if they open
and
the
then I
door,
just throw it off the cliff.
They operate the same way.
You never go for the woman's throat right away. Never.
No, I don't. No, I don't come on and just say no.
Like
I wait for a woman to expose herself and expose her own biological and emotional weaknesses.
You could have fooled me.
Well, when do I come on to a woman and just say, because you're a woman, this is no? I bring up a concept and I'll go, I don't believe, like, here, I'll give you a perfect example.
You're right. You don't say it because you're a woman, so that means it doesn't happen at all. Good point.
No, what I do, I bring up a subject that causes them to express their innate biological differences and
I've
emotional
literally seen you
fragility.
jump on panels, cut women off mid-sentence, and just scream random
But I
shit
cut
at them.
men off mid-sentence.
You definitely prefer to do it to women.
No, I'm meaner to men.
I can count on my fingers the amount of times that you've had a cordial conversation with women. That's how.
How many times have I had a
you've done that.
cordial conversation with men on
You
here?
have nice conversations with Lindsay, right?
Yeah, dude, Mariah's close to me. What are you talking
I think if you
about?
asked Lindsay though, if you asked her, have you had more
Mariah,
aggression
you
from
should come up here and
Imperius?
explain.
Have
No,
you
but
had
Mariah
more-
should really come up to it because she
We'll
understands.
talk about Lindsay. We'll talk about Mariah in 1 second, though. But Lindsay's a different experience. Mariah definitely is Team Imperius.
Well, a lot
I
of
think if
people
you
are Team
ask Lindsay, have you experienced more aggression from Imperius or cordiality? I have a feeling I know what.
But that's because she's aggressive.
Yeah, well, that's
Lindsay's
true. She can
aggressive.
she can be aggressive a little bit.
Lindsay's aggressive, bro. Sexually aggressive, physically aggressive.
And so that gives, and yeah, I've noticed that you see her being aggressive towards someone else, and you go on and you decide that that's an excuse for you to be aggressive. It's pretty
No,
gross.
I just treat no. But hold on. If she's gonna put herself in the arena of the combat arena, like, am I supposed to treat her differently?
Do you have a mission to show every single woman that you're more aggressive than them?
I have every other human, I'm more aggressive with them.
Why can't you just see someone who's more aggressive than you and appreciate that?
Is there someone more aggressive than me?
Yeah, me.
Snafu snaps.
Melanie, I Melanie, stop.
Who's been banned from more panels, Imperius?
Says I have a nice conversation.
Me.
I have nice conversations with Imperius all the time, and you should thank Mariah too, because she sent me a little message with like, maybe you shouldn't play that too. And I'm like, I was not gonna play it anyway, but she's
because she knows that if I'm gonna go nuts if you do. Well, she knows I'm gonna. She's smart. Like, dude, she tells me she's like, yeah.
She's your digital wife.
She's going on
Come on,
vacation
man.
for a week.
You should
She's going on
claim her.
vacation. She's going on vacation for a week. So you guys are going to be in trouble next week, dude.
No, she isn't. Is she really?
Yeah, she's going on
Really?
vacation for a week.
Where you
She's
guys
gotta
going?
go- She's going to a beach or some shit.
Imperius, what was your relationship with your mother like?
I couldn't stay.
I love my
Hold on. I couldn't stand Mariah at first, but I did at first. Then we went a little bit. Dude, she's awesome. I like Mariah a lot. She's fucking
I
awesome.
mean, she's all right. She's still a dumb bitch, but yeah, she's
Shut
okay.
up, Imperius. You love her.
Can you name
Like, she's
one
all right.
woman who isn't a dumb bitch?
No,
Interesting.
not really.
Even
What about
AVG.
your mother, Melanie? You asked.
No, my
I didn't
mom's
hate
dumb
you
as
for
fuck.
That was a meme question. I was pretending to be Freud.
No, my mom's dumb as fuck sometimes. What are you talking about, bro? Straight up, she's dumb as fuck sometimes. Like, I love my mom, but she's dumb as fuck sometimes. Like, straight
Well,
up.
I like the story of his dad throwing a woman out the window.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, I'll tell you that, dude. That's a great story, dude. My dad, like, so he
Not
was.
so great
I'm,
for the woman.
Well, it was. It was because it actually
trying to help her,
avoided
huh?
them being arrested. Okay, so the
Oh,
women.
okay.
So they were upstairs doing a bunch of bump and drinking and doing all shit in the fraternity house. The cops came in because they were got a call called by the university and shit. And like he threw the two strippers out the two-story window to get them out of there. Like they didn't want to get it, so he just threw them out the window, bro. Yeah, he saved their ass. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like you don't know, dude. My dad was a fucking animal, bro. D1 wrestler, dude. Are you kidding me?
Is he calm now though? Is he like mellow?
My dad's always been calm. I'm not like my dad. In a lot, like in some ways, I am.
you
but-
sometimes, right? Like, what the fuck?
No, he just looks at me like I'm an idiot. He's just like, you fucking, like, he doesn't, yeah. My dad's
so
very
to
old.
be clear, you would not show your dad how you
Oh, I do. He
towards
just
women
calls me a
online.
fucking idiot. He's like, you're fucking stupid.
That's why he
dude."
calls him an idiot, Mel. Bro.
He's like, act your
No,
fucking age.
I missed
bro.
that. Yeah, to be fair.
He's like, act your fucking age.
Yeah.
I tell you that too. Your dad and I agree.
Yeah, but you know, thankfully he's old now. He's 70. I can smack him around. No, I'm just. But
Does he not have a gun?
no, he doesn't. He doesn't. He likes. He kills people with his hands, dude. He's a scary dog, dude.
So you can smack him around, but he kills people with his hands.
I can't smack him around. Are you kidding? I would never do that.
Oh,
but
okay.
what I'm being hyperbolic. What I'm saying is I'm bigger than him now and stuff.
Wow,
He's
Imperious being hyperbolic? Oh my god, stop the presses.
He's 71, so I'm a little bigger than him at 39. But what I'm saying is, if you walk to my dad's house, even with the gun, I still think he'd get to you and like tear your fucking throat out, dude. He's just got those giant hands and stuff, dude. Like he might have a gun somewhere. I've just never.
Make your parents proud and have some grandchildren. Put the YouTube down.
They
for
have
the next
enough.
5
They have
years.
other ones. They have other ones.
Come on, bro. Like put the.
Yeah,
They
leave
have
that
other
to your
ones.
siblings.
Find your
No,
woman.
Imperious has
Listen,
got
I'll
it figured
give you
out. He
advice.
leaves that to his siblings.
Yeah,
Give
I
me-
don't want
yeah,
that
I'll
shit.
give
They
you
do that.
advice as a
Dude,
married
I
man.
like knowing I'm
your
the
elder,
cool uncle.
Imperious. I'm your
No,
elder.
I'm the cool
Listen,
uncle, dude. No,
I'm your
no.
elder. Put the
No.
YouTube down and have some children, man.
No, I'm the cool uncle, bro.
You're the cool
I get
uncle
to
until they see you online.
No, they think I'm hilarious, dude.
They're
No, they think I'm hilarious. No, they think I'm hilarious, dude. Because I tell them like how I go on like X, and he's like, dude, they're like, they told me I could go on Twitch and talk shit. I don't know what Twitch is and stuff. They were telling me there's like other platforms.
There was a time where I thought my uncle's conspiracy theory thinking was kind of funny, so I actually kind of like amped him up or edged him on with like the whole like sovereign citizen stuff. So just be aware they might be doing that.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not this. Like, all I'm saying is this. I just think in general, I think there's a lot of people here that are just too soft to be on the internet. Like, that's generally just my opinion. I think there's a lot of people just genuinely super soft that need to, you know what I mean? Like,
What's wrong with not being a fighter?
no, I don't mind people not being a fighter. That's not my issue. I'm fine with pacifism. I'm fine with people staying out of the way. Like, I have no problem with that. I will never insult people for like staying out of the way. That's not, no. But what I get a problem is like flow state, people that dip their toes in halfway, but then go, I've always had an issue with this. I've had an issue with this since I was a kid in like elementary school, middle school, where people start shit and then you hurt them too much and they cry, stop, stop, stop. Like, I don't like that. Like, if you start it and I'm on top of you choking you to kill you, you have to accept I might kill you because you started it.
Well, some people might say that like just because you feel slightly inconvenienced by somebody, that doesn't mean you get to escalate things to the extreme out of nowhere, right? You kind of have to match energy.
But that's not what I'm saying. Like, let me give you an example. I remember when I was like 9-10 years old in like middle school or elementary, I think it was elementary school. A kid threw like a dirt clod at me and hit me in the back of the head with it. I ran after him and threw his head down into the concrete. Like I threw him face down in the concrete. He started screaming and running to the teacher going, he hurt me. Well, why did you throw a dirt clod at me?
Because he thought you would throw one back, not try to break his face.
Well, but then you shouldn't throw shit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but your teacher, I'm sure, didn't. They
freaked me out. They freaked out. They were all, what do you do? Why would you do it? I'm like,
Imperious.
You started it.
Imperious.
You started it.
If someone spits on me and then I break their leg, are those equal actions?
In the man's world, it is.
Also, no, you can cut their tongue off though.
Well, then men are delusional.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right though. But in like relatively, no, it's not equal. That's not equal, but like, yeah. But the whole thing about Imperious though, like that's what you do here, bro. Somebody might like make a passing comment, or even maybe they're even trying to like fuck with you, but you go for the jugular. And I know because I've been accused of doing this.
I really want Mariah. I don't know why that bitch isn't coming up and listening to me right now. But I want her to come up and tell the story about the dude in the car, the black guy in the car, like from 2 months ago.
I've heard that story.
Yeah.
Imperious, have you ever wondered that like only
like it's
using
not
this
a
tactic,
game, dude. Like I'm a crazy motherfucker. Like, dude.
But have you ever worried?
Because
I get that you're crazy, but don't you worry that somebody can take advantage of this? How predictable you are.
But I'm not. That's the thing. Like again, this is
everyone
all like,
knows that you will always go for the jugular. You're always overreact. That means anyone can fucking trigger you when it's advantageous to them.
No,
Maybe that's
not.
why you keep getting kicked off panels because people are taking advantage of that. Yes,
Hold
and
on.
I am
I'll-
trunk sized. I am trunk sized, so that's not an insult.
No, but again, that you're going upon the presumption that I don't want them to kick me off.
You sound kind of upset about it.
No, there's thousands of.
Oh.
Every channel on YouTube is mine. Every channel on Discord or X is mine.
Sometimes you say things
All the channels
imperious.
you go to so we can see you out of element, out of our sector.
Well,
I'm just curious how it
I
is.
can do shows where I'm like LawTube. I've been like on modern day debates. I've been like, dude, like I can have
TD is not that much different.
LawTube is like a group of LawTube is like a group. There's a bunch of attorneys out there, like Legal Eagle and all these other people that like attorneys go on and discuss things and like, yeah. It's again like we had like it first started during the what's his name kind of thing. That was when I first started going on there. What was that kid's name in Wisconsin with the AR-15? God, what was that kid's
Carl
name?
Rittenhouse.
Oh,
Rittenhouse. Yeah, that's when LawTube kind of started. Like all the attorneys were always like sitting around on panels and stuff discussing the legality and like watching the trial kind of as it goes. That's where Rakita Law got big. Like I remember him.
I feel like you haven't given me an answer that satisfies me, right? Like,
What is the
okay, so
what is
you're
the
okay
answer?
with getting kicked off panels, but what happens when you're on a panel that you want to stay on, right?
I don't
and then
care about
somebody's
it.
like,
No,
somebody's
okay.
like, I know how to sabotage Imperius here. All I have to do is say something that makes him feel mildly threatened, and he is going to act like it's the biggest threat in the world, and he's going to misbehave to the point where someone feels like they need to remove him from panel. Don't you worry about that.
Because this is what I have. I have the groypers that I've already calculated for all these contingencies.
He's not asking your question. But go ahead.
No, let me ask the question. No, because that's what I want. I want them to kick me off so I can focus my rage, anger, and my entertainment on hurting people on them. I can tell the groypers then dox their family, dox their wife, dox their house, wipe them out, and I don't have to do anything. Like you're missing the whole fun of like.
But you're saying that getting people doxxed is part of your end game.
Not me. I don't do anything. I don't do shit.
Sounds like a mob boss, like or capo. He
I
gets
don't
other
do
people
shit.
to do it.
Well, how
You
do you
do.
know some of my family wasn't in the mob?
Well,
You don't know.
considering the
Like,
people who I know around here who have been
Not
doxxed,
on
that
Mott
makes me
Street?
wonder. That makes
You
me
not on
wonder
Mott
if you had
Street?
something to do with it, and if this space would be safer if you weren't around here bringing.
Wait. So I don't
here.
have the freedom of speech to encourage people to
Good
do
point,
things.
Mel.
I think I have the
Mel.
freedom of speech to
Nice.
encourage people.
I
to
don't
do
think
things.
anyone has freedom of speech if you're making people feel unsafe.
YouTube is not freedom of
Unsafe
speech.
that is not a law. Unsafe is not a standard. People.
It's the tolerance paradox. It's not about law.
But
It's about
that's
the
my point.
tolerance
It's a
paradox.
tolerance. I don't care. I want to test people's tolerance. I want to pressure point.
And you prove the
See, I wanna
tolerance
see
paradox
people
right
under-
through your actions.
I want to see people under pressure. I want to see the true person who they are. Only under pressure do people reveal who they are.
Hmm. See, I think it's actually the opposite. I think when people start to get comfortable with you, they start to show who they really are. What you're seeing is people's
absolutely.
defensive side. And that is technically a true part of them, but it's not who they truly are. It's only who they truly are when they're feeling defensive.
Yeah, I've seen more of Imperius when he's calm like this. No, I feel like I know him better than when he's raging out, bro. Even though raging out is part
This
of
is the
him, too.
most I've been able to talk to you, Imperius. So I'll give you that much credit.
I talk about most of the time. When I'm talking
That's
about
what Mariah
people
said.
like
You
my
guys have
friends
normal
and
conversations all the time, right?
yeah, like I'm talking like this 90. Like it's dude. The entire point of the internet is that I feel like all these people are such pieces of shit that I can talk to them like that.
How
Like
many
that's
times
the
has Jack
entire
felt
point.
like
Like
he
let me
needs to
give you
kick
an
you
example.
off in order to keep
let me
the
give you an
convo
example.
going?
No,
Yeah.
dude, it excites me. It gets my dopamine rushing because I
I think that's more of a self-control issue, though.
No, listen to me. I've been in combat sports since I was 7, 8 years old. I get off on conflict. And so because I can't walk around now at 39 and just hurt people, I can't really compete anymore because I'm older. And like, so how else am I going to get that competition and get that violence? And
I didn't know older people can stop doing sports. I've seen plenty.
no,
of them do
it's
that.
just that when you're beat up over so many years, you've had so many dislocated, broken bones, torn.
Oh, so you weren't
ligaments.
the only person doing the beating up. Sometimes you were the one getting beaten up.
No, I usually got hurt. No, again, if you tear an ACL or something, or you break, that's not necessarily somebody else did it.
So
Like
part
if
of
you
me
were an
wonders,
athlete,
though,
you know,
if
most of the time when
you
someone
come here-
blows their tendon, it's something innocuous.
Part of me wonders, though, if you come here, because in the real world, if you talk this way to people, you would get smacked around by anyone bigger than you. It would just be inevitable. But online, that doesn't happen.
Everyone
right?
says that. Like, dude, What I've noticed in real life is more people are bigger online than they are in real life.
Like you. And what I'm asking is,
okay,
though,
so but
would
when
you
you
talk to
extrapolate that,
even if you thought you were in the right, and even if
you would extrapolate that, why wouldn't I act more like this in real life if I'm less likely to get resistance?
because you would encounter people who are bigger than you.
You wouldn't.
There's always a bigger fish.
But again, there's
always
people
a
on
bigger
here
fish.
that are bigger than me. And why wouldn't, if I was a troll, why wouldn't I want people to react so I could sue them?
I don't just mean height, Imperius. People can be stronger than you.
Okay, if they're stronger, okay, they're buffer. Why wouldn't I want to instigate someone so they put their hands on me? I could sue them.
So
or I could shoot them.
that goes back to it again, right? Like it's the vice versa. Maybe you feel like it's easier to not get sued here.
No,
because
it's
you
just
can't
that I
control
like
yourself
conflict.
in real life.
No, I
and
just like
keep
conflict.
your hands off people. That's kind of what it sounds like.
Melanie, I just enjoy conflict.
That
Like,
sounds
I
like a
just-
post hoc rationalization to me.
No, it's not. There are people that enjoy conflict.
And do you think that
There
that's
are
healthy?
people in the world that enjoy conflict.
And do you think that that's healthy? Do you think that that's pro-social?
For some people, it is, sure.
Let me ask
Can
you
you
a
at least
question,
admit that that's
Melanie,
antisocial?
Melanie, how do you control yourself, especially like when you're maybe?
I often just have to straight up walk away, and when I don't, then I end up acting like Imperius, and I feel fucking embarrassed about it, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
Like I have,
You wouldn't
there's
be
a part of
embarrassed
me.
if you had the.
There's a part of Imperius.
if you had
I'm
the
gonna
kinda insult
actually reveal something to you that's really crucial. There's a part of me that's very much like Imperius. I have that wolf inside of me, but I recognize that like you're not going to have healthy social interactions with people if you keep doing that as your default.
But again, I healthy soul. Like I've got dozens of friends I've had my whole life. Got a good family. I don't want any. Like that's one thing I enjoy. Like I think this is what I'm saying. Like when you get older, you get more kind of like set in your ways.
Yeah.
I enjoy that I have my houses, or I do what I want. I go where I want. I see who I want. I talk. Like, dude, you're acting as if I want like these interactions. Like, bro, do you know how long it's been since one of my siblings have been to my house? Years, bro. I don't want people around my area. I don't want people in my fucking house. I don't want fucking people around. I want everything how I want it all the time.
I just feel like you're telling two tales. Like you're saying you have friends and family, but you said had actually.
Yeah, and
it also
yeah,
sounds like you're kind of alienated from them.
No, everything occurs on how I desire it. Nothing occurs unless it benefits me in some way or I desire it.
Are you
It's
sure
just-
that
it's that
maybe your
yeah.
family just doesn't, avoid contacting you?
They
until
call
you
me all the
contact them?
time. They call me all the time. What are you talking about?
But I mean, like showing up at your place, for example.
Why would nobody would just show up at my house?
Listen to this. GTG, it says beyond all the antics, Imp seems like a pretty cool dude. At times, there's a lot of antics to try and shift you through that, though.
Dude, the greatest information is Dude, okay, look. The devil made the greatest lies by ingraining them with truth. Okay? Like, I am forcing people to unravel a tapestry to identify what truth and rationalization is. Like I'm presenting you with truth mixed with bullshit that you're gonna have to try to weed through. My grandfather did this to me. Yeah. He would tell me all this stuff, and he would tell me all these things, and he'd go find out which things I'm telling you is true.
So you can post hoc rationalize this all you want, but what I hear is somebody who tends to lack self-control whenever you feel a threat, and therefore you have terrible conflict resolution capabilities. You only know how to resolve conflict in one way, and that's to create a bigger conflict that scares people away.
No, but that's awesome. It's funny you say that because my whole job is pretty much negotiation and conflict resolution and stuff. Like that's what's funny about all this is that
So
literally.
maybe here, let me do a better faith interpretation then. Maybe the fact that you have to use so much self-control at your job, you come here and kind of take out the feelings of anger
somewhere. You're getting somewhere. You're getting
but come on, bro. Like I teach like fucking these kids that are super annoying a lot of times, but I have to control shit. But like I don't take it out on people here for the most part.
But I don't see you doing that either. That's why
where else
it
would I
demands
take
an
it out?
explanation.
That's what I told you earlier. I'm not allowed to fight anymore. I can't compete really.
Well, yeah,
anymore.
but like, why can't you be like this more?
Well, because again, like I get off,
dude, with kid gloves sometimes because
you
we
gotta
know
understand.
that, like,
I get off on the
that you might not agree with that you're gonna
no, like,
blow
dude,
up.
there is nothing more. Dude,
that, bro.
like
Is that
I
true,
feel like
though?
let me give you an example. I feel alive now that RLM is like an enemy because it gives me something to focus and channel my hatred and anger. Like it gives me something to do.
Can you at
You
least
get what
admit
I'm saying?
that's
Like it gives me
antisocial?
it gets something in my mind to fuck around with and to
Yeah.
think of horrible things and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like it gives me something to fucking do.
Yeah, maybe you
Can you at
shouldn't
least-
have kids. You're right. But
Can you at
think
least admit that's antisocial? Like you're
No, I don't think
finding-
it is. I think everybody does it, just no one talks about it.
Why don't you find the same fulfillment from positive social interaction?
I do. I spent thousands of hours community service every month. I clean down at the ghetto and shit in LA and shit. Dude. I posted pictures online of doing community service.
Oh come on! I want those. I don't want
So
nudes. I want pictures.
Like, dude, dude, literally.
I want those pictures.
Do you understand? Literally, do you understand
believe you unless
how
I see
many
pictures.
times I've been to South America and built houses and wells and done that? Like, no money, no. You just do that. You do it to the church.
I don't need virtue signaling. What
It's
I want
not
to know
virtue
is
signaling. I'm not. Dude, no, there's no virtue signaling. It's a fact.
But what I need to know something in particular, which is if those are both equally rewarding things, positive social interaction and negative social interaction, why are you going for the thing that raises your stress?
I don't think
and heart
conflict
rate?
is negative social interaction.
It is. You
For
can't
you it
have
is, not
social
for me.
interactions with people who you can't have
Well,
social
every one
interactions
of
with
my
people you're in
friends,
conflict
I've
with.
been every one of my 20-something friends that I consider my best kind of close group. We've all been in fistfights with each other. Why is that?
Because you're combative.
Because they are too, right?
Yep.
I mean, those are just the people who stick around to keep fighting with you. You've probably driven a lot more people away.
So that's what you do. You drive the people that don't conform to how you are away.
So I'm going to maintain that this is antisocial because I think most people get a certain kind of reward from non-conflict positive social interaction that you can't get from conflicting social interaction.
That's not true. That's not. This is what I'm trying to say. Like literally, debate. What people are doing is negative conflict. MMA, sports competition. That is
actually.
negative
Let's unpack
conflict.
debate for a second, right?
Yeah.
You disagree. Okay, so that is negative. It's not antisocial though, because you can walk away from that debate, maybe even agreeing with the person. It can be a form of conflict resolution that isn't necessarily combative. Would you agree?
Why is it conflict resolution? It has nothing. This is what I'm trying to say. You have a completely different view of what debate is. I don't think debate is conflict resolution.
Oh, I don't think it is by default, but it can be. If your opponent
can
walks
be,
away
sure.
agreeing with you, the conflict is
Absolutely, and I
resolved,
don't have
right?
a problem with doing that. I've done that
Yeah,
on
the way you
channels
guys
before.
debate online is not.
So all I'm saying is that unlike being directly combative, debate isn't necessarily combative.
But I think that no, again, depends what type of debate, and it is directly combative. It's court is an adversarial situation. You have somebody's freedom
But you
on the
don't
line
have to
against
combat your opponent. You have to combat
Hold
their
on, let
ideas.
me explain something to you. Do you know that attorneys oftentimes are getting in fights in the hallway, fist fights? You know, a lot of the times they're getting in fist fights and getting in the people's faces and just.
I didn't necessarily assume otherwise.
No, but what I'm saying is it's an adversarial system. But if you want the truth, which is what is derived from an adversarial system, you must understand that there is going to be conflict like that.
No, I'm not talking about a system with no conflict. I'm talking about a system that isn't conflicting.
But
by default.
but it thrives on conflict. The system itself, our human brain thrives on conflict.
So do MMA fighters go find out where their opponent lives and try to beat them up in their sleep?
Sometimes.
Really?
What do you think Connor did to Khabib and throwing the chair through the fucking window and getting all these fighters glass in their eye and shit like that?
But is that considered to be good sportsmanship?
It doesn't matter.
It kind of does, right? Because that's not what you're supposed to do.
No, it does. No, it doesn't. In some people, it is. In
No,
Brazil,
it's not.
they do. No, hold on. In
You're
Brazil,
telling me that an MMA fighter, when they take the fight outside of the arena, people are like, "Yeah, do more of that."
What happened to Cain Velasquez?
Pardon?
You know who Cain Velasquez is?
He's the one that he killed. He tried to shoot that person that was messing with his kid, right?
Yep.
And so we
an
made
a world
sport,
champion MMA fighter, instead of doing anything, he took his gun and he drove on the freeway after the guy and started shooting at the guy on the freeway.
And that's why we made it into a sport, right?
No, but it doesn't.
No, because his sports has sportsmanship.
What I'm trying to say, you asked a question. No, but you asked a question. Yes, they do.
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, they do. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like they're not
out of the ring. I'm sorry.
They're human like everybody else.
He didn't shoot his opponent. Let's hold on. The guy that he shot at molested his daughter, his young daughter.
No, we don't know he did that.
Well,
There's no evidence of that.
If you thought someone would do that, you'd shoot them too, Imperious.
But
If you
so
thought
now-
someone
so
did that,
but now
you'd shoot
you're
them
no,
too.
hold on. But now Melanie's talking about a justifiable system, and she's talking about it's okay for a guy.
Well, no,
who
I'm
thought
saying
something
this
happened to go
goes
shoot him.
outside of that sport. Nobody's saying that this has anything to do with the
Okay, and
rules of
so
MMA.
does when people do shit and they go to people's
Yeah,
house.
and I'm not claiming nobody's ever violent. So again, this has nothing to do with what
That's
I'm
not
saying. What
what
I
I'm
am saying is that when you repeatedly make things combative, there is no room for proper social interaction. And people who are social will be driven away from you.
Donation if you do.
Again,
donation, Mariah,
Again,
or
people
anyone
that
else
are
on
social like that, you're going back to the psychosomatic characteristics of human beings. Yes, there is the
That's not
95-5
psychosomatic, but
issue
okay.
of flight or fight. 95% of people, when they hear shooting go off, run.
And do you think that that's
5%.
natural for people to
No,
do that?
Hold on.
Do you think that's natural for people to do
Hold
that?
on.
Well, just answer my question real quick, and I'll let you finish.
Yeah, for those people, that 95%, sure. Then there's the other 5%, the 2.5% of people who are doing the shooting, and the other 2.5% who run toward the shooting to stop it. Those people are normal too. They're just a smaller psychological profile because most people are drones.
Oh,
Are people generally?
By the way, Imperious, just to let you know, Dusty is playing that video on repeat on his
I could
channel.
care less. He's had it for a year. He's played it. It doesn't it doesn't. You're thinking the information. Like, what do I care? He's giving me more. He's giving me more attention.
Yes, and so and then Melanie Mariah has a question. She says, "Can you? What do you do?"
I thought I answered this.
You already did, right?
Yeah,
What do you
well,
do?
I try to walk away, and then music is the thing that resets my brain, so that way I can think about it as if I'm not angry anymore.
So here's the case. Back on track before I shut this stuff down. I was talking about Bobby Hemmitt, who used to lecture on esoteric stuff, and one of the things he would talk about was the concept of the mental universe. He thought that the reality is actually a psychological projection. Any thoughts, guys? Reality.
Yeah, if you turn the brain off, your reality ceases to exist. So there's obviously like our understanding of reality has to be a mental component to it. I don't think reality is dictated by like observation or our minds. I think it happens regardless of us.
Yeah.
Exists outside of the human
Imperious,
mind.
any thoughts about that?
Yeah. Practically nothing as a practicality, nothing exists out of the human mind. And anything
you would agree with that? That sounds like the universe is mental. I've heard.
Well, it's not mental. It's just a physical reality that if we don't know about it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's saying as a practicality, so that does make sense.
So does that mean in terms of God that we can't have a concept of God because?
Well, no, concept is still something in abstract. An abstract is created from the human mind.
NPC, I was going to come up here to let you know I do have a theory of everything, and particularly a well thought out explanation of how something comes out of nothing. But
oh yeah,
that would be interesting.
Out of nothing. Can you hit that, please?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Okay, so first we have to I'm not going to break this down to axioms and definitions, so this is going to be kind of messy, but so hear me out. So in order to start with nothing, we have to first understand how nothing is, right? Nothing can only exist if anything that does exist is obliterated, okay? Now, existence is another key thing here, right? Nothing can exist within nothing. So there is no existence. So we have to start from no existence, and we need something that can exist without existing, which I know sounds like a paradox, but hear me out. And what that can be is something called a contingency. And there's two ways to think about this. A as a probability, but that gets messy really quick, or B as a macro state. And what you need to understand about macro states is that they tend to have micro states, and that micro state must still adhere to the conditions of the macro state. So nothing is our macro state, nothing can exist, but we can have a contingency, something that could exist. And that gives us exactly one microstate. Now we need to get into talking about how nothing gets rid of something that exists, because there would need to be a way that happens. And my proposed way that this happens is that, say you have the minimal contradiction to nothing, which is the only other possibility to nothing that can exist, is a single point. No dimensions, no space, no time, nothing. It's just a point existing. For nothing to get rid of that, it has to create something called an antipoint, which is essentially the contradiction to the contradiction of nothing. And it will try to obliterate that. The problem that creates is that you've now created another contingency, which is an event horizon between the point and the anti-point. And that is a new microstate. And within that new microstate, you can have another point come in to contradict that nothing and then be obliterated, which creates a recursive set of microstates. Now, none of these microstates need to have anything in them yet. They are structurally the one dimension through the fact that they are recursive and that they are contingencies. Now, this is where we get into something called the contingency context continuum, because every time I talk about a point or an anti-point, those are technically contexts. They are things that have been realized. And this is what I mean by it'll be messy if I don't start with axioms. This is all based on the principle that over an infinite time scale, all realizable possibilities will be realized. But since we don't have time yet, that reduces down to all realizable possibilities will be realized. So that means that since the point as the minimal contradiction to nothing is the first realizable possibility from nothing, that is our first possible context. Now, if you want to stop me here to ask any questions, you should, because we're about to get into wave dynamics.
Keep going.
Okay.
Again, the issue is that you're talking about with enough time all
No. This is all happening instantaneously. This all just comes into existence. There is no time yet.
Would an easy way to say it would be like as soon as that
but
first
matter, space, time, and energy are singularity. So that's the issue.
There's singularities outside.
The moment that first thought is thought, for example, that means that everything has been thought about already.
So I can explain how that singularity came to be. It actually came after what I'm describing to be a deterministic fractal formed. And you do bring up an interesting point, which is that up until everything I've described so far, we've had what's known as parity, right? Every time that there's a context, there's an anti-context. Nothing happens without its exact opposite happening as well. Parity is not the same thing as symmetry, though. And what we see with the singularity is that the universe doesn't have parity, but it does have symmetry. But in this kind of, it's kind of logical. It's not necessarily logical universe that I'm starting with. You will need parity. Parity only makes sense because nothing can be created or destroyed. And when I say nothing, we don't have matter or energy yet. I'm just saying, or I should say there is no thing that can be created or destroyed. You need to have something out of nothing. So now we have what you can think of as an infinite recursive loop, or not even a loop, just an infinite recursive stream of microstates, right? States or almost like slots that you could have something in. And since all possibilities are occurring simultaneously, that means that all microstates are kind of in the Schrodinger's box situation where you could say they have a context, but they also don't have a context. And that means you can have distributions across it that start to be like wave-like distributions. When you start to have that immediately provides a new possibility through a trigonometric function. Because if you know about waves, you know that you can describe them with trigonometry. That gives you basically the geometry of a circle. And what the circle tells us is that there must be something outside of this one-dimensional plane. There must be some other geometry that can exist. And so immediately the second dimension pops into existence. And I'm also, by the way, skipping over some other possible mechanics just to keep things simple. With that second dimension, all those points that were along the first dimension now become wave-like distributions or wave-like microstates across there. So not only can things exist or not exist, but they can exist along the wave. We now have true dimensionality. Something approaching space without necessarily a length, because we don't have length scales yet. However, now that we have this, and it's been a while since I've kind of tried to articulate this to somebody, so let me pause and tell me what you think, because there's a few directions I can go with it.
It's interesting, but it doesn't take into account entropy.
Well, no,
but I'm saying
it does actually. But
well,
okay.
because if the universe had always existed, whether it be like you said from nothing, it doesn't matter. It would have already reached entropy. The universe itself
Are you
would already
talking about
have
informational entropy?
no energy.
Well, no, energy.
Energy
does-
entropy.
Okay, so here's a key thing, right? With these waves, especially the wave like microstates, and thank you. This is why I asked you to kind of bounce off of me so I can get a brainwave.
Yeah, I'm just
one of the things that wave-like distributions do is they convey a notion that an energy packet can be transmitted across it. Now, technically, I'm referring to the wave microstate with this, not the wave-like distribution of points along the first dimension. And so as soon as just the possibility of energy packets is signaled by the presence of the underlying mechanics, then that's a realizable possibility and it will be realized. And by the way, the mechanic that I talked about.
Understand, but no, hold on. What I'm trying is a greater issue about entropy is what I'm talking about.
If the universe has always been timeless, it's always been there. Like it wasn't created by God, right? The universe would have, by definition, reached entropy already because there's no unlimited energy.
I can explain that, but that's a different part of my theory of everything
hold on,
about how the Big Bang is part of a cyclical universe.
I get that, but hold on.
And why that runs into an entropy issue is because if you're talking about energy distributions, if you're talking about entropy, being there's an unlimited energy or possibility, then the foundational idea of light being the speed that the parameter of the universe would be wrong. Because theoretically, to reach the speed of light, you have to accelerate something to the speed of light. You would need to use all energy that has always ever created and will be created. So there's a limit of entropy. And if you're kind of talking in a circular issue. You're saying that
I think maybe I miscommunicated. Like, none of what I've said so far is supposed to be the universe as it is today. There needs to be a fundamental break in parity before we see the universe as it is today.
So did the universe have a start?
The time-space universe that we know of, yes.
Okay, so you're saying there was so you believe there was a definitive beginning, a highly ordered low entropy state,
to
right?
This universe?
Yes.
Because there was no time before the universe, it's hard to say if there's if you could put its beginning on a larger time scale. But it was the beginning. The beginning of the universe was the beginning of all time and space. So if we can agree to that,
I'm essentially playing. Yeah, we can only talk about this universe because other universes are theoretical. We can't. There's no measure. There's nothing. So we can only talk about this. So what I'm talking about is in the second, for example, I'm going to refer to the second law of thermodynamics. Right. A closed system naturally moves from an ordered state to a disordered state. Entropy increases. Correct.
Correct. And I can explain this. I just have to shift gears from my explanation of how something comes out of nothing to my explanation of how
you go there,
caused by a cyclical universe.
Before you go there, so we're actually admitting that there was something going on before, though.
Yes, but it always existed, and it only exists as a result of nothing existing. So nothing exists as well, but these things don't exist in space-time, right? So you have to understand that these are states.
Essentially, you're talking about the same thing string theory does, where
there's differences, but okay.
but theoretically, the same kind of pattern, that there was some other previously derived string that causes the creation of this universe, which causes the creation of the next one, which causes, and that again is infinite reductiveness, because you would just go, who created that? No. Who created it? And you know what I mean?
No. Because I'm saying that the universe had to start as a deterministic fractal, and the only reason we have the universe we see today is because parity broke, which led to a non-deterministic fractal.
But you're arguing that parity is a standard. Parity would only be a standard and not chaos.
Because nothing can be, because the universe cannot create or destroy matter or energy.
But
or
you're talking about
that would have been a precursor to it.
But you're talking about this universe again. By your own presupposition.
Right. So if that applies to this universe, it is safe to assume that this could apply to anything before the universe.
But it didn't necessarily have to.
Is it a realizable possibility that nothing can be created?
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Even if you have nothing, it's not a realizable possibility that nothing can be created.
No, because nothing is a state. Nothing is a state of being. You have to have space to have nothing. Nothing for there to be nothing, there has to be a space. That's why space, time, energy, and matter.
No, there doesn't actually. Nothing is literally the absence of space and the absence of time.
No, nothing is the absence of matter, energy.
And it's not zero.
Again, nothing is the lack of energy, the lack of matter. It's not the lack of space.
Okay.
To
so,
have nothing, you would still have to contain the.
So this
the
comes down to
nothing that you're out of
definition.
being.
So you're saying space is
I gave
itself
my
is
definition
something,
of
right?
nothing.
Well, it's why
I gave-
space and time are one. It's space time.
So this
Because
comes down.
can't split
This
it?
comes down to definitions, though.
No.
And I gave my definition, which doesn't rely on space or time or anything Empiricus is talking about. Empiricus, if you want to maintain that definition, that's fine. But it immediately contradicts the foundation of everything I'm saying. So
How is
we're
yours
just in
different,
disagreement. Well, for me, nothing is a state, but it doesn't rely on space or anything. All it relies on is contingency. If it is the only thing that is realized, it is a realizable possibility. And fundamentally, if nothing if nothing being created is a realizable possibility from nothing, then it already exists. So that's probably a law that existed time immemorial.
But by his own, okay, and I get his, but by his own logic, God exists, because theoretically it's possible that in some universe there was a being that created everything to exist, so therefore it does exist, so therefore God does
That wasn't a
exist.
realizable possibility from nothing.
It is
though.
a realizable
No,
possibility.
not from
you can
nothing.
have a being
No,
that
no,
can
wait.
That's not
What do you think
realizable.
realizable means? What do you think realizable means?
Realizable is an abstract concept to the human conception. It means I can understand it in the mind.
What it means is that if something is already a possibility, then it.
But possibility derives from the human conception.
Let me actually
of what we think
let me
is
describe
possible.
it as a negative. It means that you cannot describe anything that doesn't have something already predefining it, right? So we both agree nothing is a state, and so a state is something we can work with.
But you
That's
said
why I
nothing's a
start with
state.
states.
No, but you said nothing's a state.
Yes, it is, and you said that too.
No, I said nothing's space. Nothing is a defined.
There's no such thing as nothing space.
Yes, because again, you can't have anything without space. It's
So we
space
agree.
time. Yes, there is not. But again, you're talking about
NBC.
the
I'm sorry.
conceptualization. You're talking about the conceptualization. In the conceptualization of possibilities, in one of those previous universes, there was a being that created it.
Nope.
So therefore, it did create it. God, therefore, does exist. That's by your
Where
own
in
logic.
nothing? Where in
Because you said conceptually, if it did, it could occur
where in
the past.
nothing? Where in nothing
Mhm.
is there a precursor to a being?
Because nothing is an area, and outside of that
No, it's
area,
not.
there is that's what I'm trying. There is the uncaused cause. That's
So-
what I'm talking. It is
Yeah.
outside the conception
And
of
a state can be an uncaused cause, and a minimal contradiction,
can't be.
aka a point, can be an
A
uncaused
state
cause.
cannot be a state. A state presupposes there is an existence there.
No,
To
it
be
just
in a-
presupposes that nothing
something
can be
something
a
has
state.
to be in a state of something, right? For example, you're in a state of coma. You're in a state of free fall.
Can
You're
zero
in
be a state?
No.
No. So I
No.
can't have a state of 1 or a state of 0, and
You
that's
can have a
not
state of
totally
1.
how
You can have a
computers
state
fucking
of
work.
1.
That's totally not how computers work, right,
You
Imperius?
can have a state of 1, but 0 in a computer is not nothing. It is a
agree with you there.
representation of an identifier of a state of being, a la a space.
I don't think you're making the case that nothing can't
The
not be a state.
numbers in the computer. What is a digit? What is a place?
No, you're right. It's a voltage.
That is a
You're-
state.
no, you're
That is
right. It's a
state.
voltage.
That is a place.
You're right. It's a voltage. I'll
It's a
grant you that.
Yes.
But to say the state of nothing can't be a state, it can't be a state, just doesn't make sense.
The state of nothing that you're describing. Nothing is an area, a place.
Is the
Nothing is
universe a
part-
macro state? Is the universe a macro state?
The universe is the universe is not in a macro state.
Why not?
Again, the universe is
What's your
if you're-
definition of a macro state?
Macro state is an overarching activity, or an overarching, what would I say? An overarching identifier of activity.
Okay, so is like the weather a microstate, like temperature?
Well, it could be in a state of something.
So
like the weather. Hold on, for
temperature.
example, the weather can be in a state of heat, can be in a state of moisture.
But heat is not the same as temperature. So is temperature a macro state?
A temperature is an identifier that we create in relation to this.
But you're not answering my question. Yes or no? Is
It's not a
temperature a
state.
macro state?
It's no. It's not a
Okay.
macro state. No.
Let's see what AI thinks about this. Let's ask really quick.
Okay.
Okay. Because I'm curious. Is temperature a macro state? Okay, you know what? You were right. It is a macroscopic part. Wait. It's a macroscopic party that describes the average kinetic energy, which should actually be the definition of a macro state. Let me double check that. It might be getting it
A
wrong.
macro state, again, you're still...
Is the overall large scale condition of a system defined by macroscopic properties.
Properties, exactly. A state of being as an area, a place, a defined region doing something.
So can having nothing be a property in and of itself?
No, because there is
Why not?
nothing. The idea of nothing that you're describing cannot exist because we live in a universe of space-time.
So just to be clear, having a property doesn't
There is
necessarily...
no nothing. There is no nothing.
So just to be clear, having a property doesn't have also the condition that there can be no property implicit with it.
No, because you're inherently living in a space-time, because the idea, the concept of nothing.
And to be clear, your definition of realizable possibilities is that we can't go from a property to a non-property implicitly, but we can go from nothing to a being implicitly.
Let me explain. It goes back to the paradox of the visual paradox, the identifier paradox of molecular physics. Anytime you try to identify or measure something, it's altering the state.
When you measure
of what
it, yeah. When you observe it.
But
I'm not observing
nothing,
anything,
if
though.
there is nothing to measure, okay?
Yeah, but no one's trying to observe anything either.
But you're saying there is therefore an idea of nothing, to measure nothing. That doesn't exist.
No, I never said measure once. You're putting those words into my mouth.
But you have to be able to measure. If there's no measure, to measure nothing,
no,
you still
observation
have to measure
is just
that
what
there's
causes
something.
the wave.
No, but to measure,
particle
to
duality.
identify that there's nothing, you have to still measure it.
No, you don't.
How would you know there's
this
nothing?
is theoretical.
No, it's not. No, it's not theoretical.
Yes, it
You're
is.
talking about your idea is theoretical. My definition of nothing is reflective of the universe around us. If you want to talk about theoretics,
Like if you're
we can
saying,
talk about. We can talk about.
I think you're working backwards from the conclusion that we can't possibly have nothing in this universe, to which I would agree. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I'd agree to that. But what I'm talking about is before this universe ever existed.
Okay, so we're talking just theoretics.
Yes.
We're just talking theory. Okay, then go ahead. I don't care about theoretical. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
Theoretical. I can entertain.
And it's interesting.
I can entertain theoretical ideas all day. I don't have a problem with
It
that.
is interesting that you bring up entropy. By the way, that was a good thing to bring up. Go ahead,
Imperial. So you thank you. Do you value anecdotal evidence? You're saying?
No, what he's saying. No, he's presenting. Do I personally?
Because you said something about perceiving what we can perceive in the universe. That's why I said that.
No, well, I do. Some anecdotals can reflect larger truths. So some anecdotes, yes. A lot of anecdotes are just funny stories. But yes, I think. But why I said I didn't because he's talking about, or she. I don't know. I'm sorry, Melanie, but Melanie was talking about theoretics.
If you do care, it's she. But
okay, she. Okay, I don't care if I'm just gonna say Melanie was directing about theoretics. Okay, I can talk about theoretical concepts, and it can't really be insulting, because we're talking about concepts that are derived from the mind that we don't know or can't assert or not assert are true. So there's no reason to argue about it. Like, could there be? Yeah, there could be a universe that did exist before that. There could be another one that existed that was different before. Like, these are theoretical ideas that are exercises for the human mind. So it's not something you can get mad at him or say he's theoretically wrong, because there is a concept in the human mind that does exist that we've thought of, that there are previous universes. So as a factual reality, the theoretical idea he's describing is real because the human mind has conceived of it.
Well, no, I don't believe that, but
I do. No, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's if you're arguing theoretical ideas, which is concepts derived of the human mind that can't be proven true or false. Okay.
Well, no, we could mathematically, like, at least verify that this could be possible. That it's not, that the possibility isn't eliminated.
But we could also mathematically prove that it's probably that it's not. It's Schrodinger's idea. It's that it's there but not there. That is a concept. That is just an abstract that we out of our mind have derived.
You'd agree that, like, if a theory makes predictions about what we would observe on, like, the quantum level, as we get better and better at observing it, with, like, the Large Hadron Collider, then it's probably better than theories that don't predict that, right?
Yes, that's where we get down to. Yes, that's where we have conflicting, or that's where I go back to the whole conflict the whole adversarial positions that we have from adversarial evidence, adversarial concepts, and we have to interact in a conflict manner to see which one is different, which one is correct comparative to the truth around us. Again, it's part of the scientific method. Appeal to the best explanatory hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, absolutely. But that goes back to what I was saying, full circle, Gabe, about the conflict of the two different sides. To obtain truth, you have to have two sides that are both inherently invested in their side, seeing which one is correct. Like that's what Melanie. Like I don't have a problem. Like I thought Melanie was talking about this is for sure. This is how it existed, not this is Melanie's theoretical hypothesis of something that may have occurred.
I plan to go to university for theoretical physics just to be able to formalize this, by the way.
Well, and that's why if you notice, theoretical physicists don't argue. They don't have debates. They have discussions.
No, they do. Have you not seen them debunk Eric Weinstein?
No, but what I'm saying is they don't do it like how they sit and it's more of a discussion where they're bouncing off because the name theoretical physics. They don't disrespect each other because they're all talking about theoretical ideas that they've
Eric Weinstein. They do disrespect each other, but okay, it's not combative. Is what you're saying,
one
right?
guy, maybe
it's
one
less
or
combative.
two guys. But what I'm saying, it's not that like when you sit, like for example, when you are submitting your works to the greater publications to have it analyzed by your peer groups, when you're arguing against in your paper another research, but you're not sitting there going, this guy's fucking stupid because he doesn't understand this. You're saying, I would disagree here and here because this evidence that I've shown through the lab, through AI simulations, through data gathering, through blah, 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 presents this, which is reinforced by these studies prior from me, which shows a pattern of blah, blah, blah.
What up, Greg? With that said, Pierce, I love that the way you shared that because I would like to take that type of dialogue and put it in, at least I only speak from my panel, because like
you cut out.
Yeah, buddy, you cut out.
Yo.
Okay, you're back.
No, I would love to take that way of dialoguing that Imperius just said and do that on my panels most of the time. Because then I get it, people have strong conviction.
Easier said than done.
No, I know, but
but the internet promotes and populates like what is antisocial kind of conflict. Like this is what I say about if you're not like, and this is why I give Melanie a lot of credit. Actually, like a lot of more of these panelists, like Melanie understands the kind of overarching rule is that you're gonna get so much fucking shit here. You have to be able to just push through it. Like you can't be emotionally kind of dragged down by what the internet is, because the internet essentially is a Call of Duty lobby. Like that's essentially what the internet is. You're gonna get, you can get some good conversations. You can get some.
Let's narrow this to the panel verse though, because
it's even worse than the internet.
No, that's what I'm saying is I think this applies more to the panel verse because there are some internet communities that are actually very wholesome.
Exactly.
Exactly. No, there
absolutely
are.
Right.
Yeah, there are.
I want my particular community to be like that because I like you guys for different reasons and stuff like that. But it's like it's hard for someone like me that's willing to accept different people but those other people don't accept each other, and we get what we got earlier. You know what I mean? So I'm saying is,
I accept flow. I don't have a problem. Like,
I know, but like all that arguing is like mind-numbing.
No, I get it, but that's kind of why he went up. He had the.
What's up, Lindsay? Much love.
A lot of that is like, as Melanie was saying, people interact with me for that. Because now I've been viral multiple times for doing that, people are going to want to interact with me that way to get that kind of reaction because it advances them. Like, and I think
the issue is the free speech component, right? Because there are times where you're on like Jack's panel, I'm just like, I just don't need that drama right now. I don't need the high energy.
Yeah, and Jack's cool with it. I get Jack, and that's the thing. I love Jack. Like honestly, I think Jack's a good-hearted guy. And honestly, I get when sometimes he's like imperious, I can't have you. And I always tell him in the back, I get you, Jack, before I leave and stuff. Like, because I get how he wants it. I understand.
I think there's a time and place for your energy, and you don't pick the right time and place.
No, absolutely. I come in there, but that's purposeful. That's purposeful. I come in there like I try to come in on panels when there's a lull there.
and just break the wall down like the high C Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
But this is
You know,
why
I
we
just
can't
break-
have nice things, because you're also telling other people that that's okay, like especially people who are new here, that that's okay how to act.
No. That's a varsity. That's a veteran move. Like the Rooks can't do that. Like this is like a team. Like this is like a football thing. Like the Rooks don't
You
get to
don't-
do that.
You don't
That's a
think people who
veteran
are new here won't think like, oh, maybe I
Oh
should
no,
try
they don't.
that?
No. I think a lot of new people in the panelverse understand that there's kind of a hierarchy of what certain people are allowed to get away with.
I can tell you from personal experience that you're wrong, because I've seen panels where that seemed to be the default, and then I go in there and do that, and it turned out more they kind of knew each other like that. They kind of knew each other like that, but they didn't know me like that, right?
But that's because but that's the point. Like what I'm saying. Okay, Melanie, you know this. There's a method to how you have to get involved in these communities before you just straight up go nuts. If you notice, I let Jack. I kind of got into him and like understood him a little bit before he met him on. Like there's a method, but yeah, there's going to be panels on this whole thing because again, there's thousands of panels.
Is Imperious cutting out for you too, NPC, or is that just
he's
me?
you're glitching out.
Am I? God damn it! Hold on.
No, you're better.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know why that. Maybe I gotta reset my Wi-Fi. But no, I mean, I think again, like there's going to be panels out there that are just complete shit shows. Like CT's panel is a complete shit show. Like it is. Like I mean, it's even worse now than when I was on there. But that's how he wants. I mean, but then there's also going to be panels that are going to be whatever, like Gnosis's channel, like Finding Gnosis's channel. Like he doesn't he has like intense discussions, but doesn't do the name calling, the ad hominem shit. And then you have some that do only ad hominem. Like you go on Taz's channel or Nightish's that have it's only name calling. That's all that. Like again, the internet is
what
just
channel are you on right now? I don't do that normally. You know what I mean? So like I'm one of those channels that
no, but I'm not going nuts, am I?
Well,
Please
yeah,
rate,
I'm saying,
rate
like,
his channel.
Exactly. Thank you. You read the room. Good. You get
Am I not going nuts? I didn't going nuts.
Not about you. We're talking about
I
my
think
channel.
I think Imperious is kind of answering through the way he's acting, that he
Yeah, I
doesn't
can
see
see
this as a name calling type panel.
It's not
My
a
question,
name
though,
calling channel. Like,
Imperious,
you're not on here like going like fuck this N-word and this N-word. Like, dude, the reason I get so racial is because I'm trying to exemplify that these people are just as racial, but they're mad about another race being racial when they're not caring about themselves being racial.
So Imperious, the reason I'm doing this line of questioning though is because I very much care about my impact on this space and how what I do sets the tone for what people think the panelverse is supposed to be, right? And this, like, I think we can agree, like when people bring drama into this space, it really just brings it all down, and then it feels like this, like people are trying to have the Jerry Springer show. So we can agree there that people shouldn't do that in general if we want this the panelverse to be about debate, right?
Yeah.
I think there's time and place for everything. Like I think there's and I think the problem is a lot of it though.
It's really rich here when you say that though.
No, but but hold on. But what I'm saying is there's also a skill in the panel owner knowing how to change things and how to move things along. Like, and I'll give you the example of RLM earlier. Like she's sitting there and having a panel about the Tates having a grape charges and being extradited, right? That's what's going on right now, okay? She has Glenn about grape this, grape that, this falsely grape charge, this and that.
But they weren't using it as a personal attack. The context is that you used it as a personal attack.
No, hold on. Okay? They were saying like these stupid women, they accuse men of falsely of this. These stupid women most of the time they like no. They were, and so, but when I go up there and say, Casper, I don't want to hear about what you think grape is when your whole country has roaming grape gang, which is an absolute fact. And then
was the conversation about grape or about race?
Grape. That's
so you
what
brought race
their
into
panel
it.
was on.
They probably didn't like that you brought race into it.
No, that's not what I. That's not what I did.
You did.
No,
You're talking
I
about
said
his country,
nation.
and you're particularly pointing to him being from a foreign nation. It's xenophobic.
No, he's in England. He's from England, a white no, dude. He's in England, bro. It's
in New Zealand or something like that.
No,
Yeah, New
he's
Zealand.
in England.
No, I definitely heard
He's
New Zealand.
English. He has
I
a
definitely heard New
passport.
Zealand.
Okay, well, he has a passport in England.
And is that even true for New Zealand? Because again, it just sounds like
part of the
xenophobic.
Commonwealth.
He's a
Part of the
Balkan in New Zealand.
Okay,
So is
it's part of
Canada.
the-
We don't have the exact same laws as the UK. So you
Okay,
can't-
okay, great. Okay, what I'm saying is, okay,
That does not make sense that maybe you were removed because they thought you were coming out of left field instead of actually contributing.
No, because Casper went after me first.
People don't care about that. People aren't keeping. Wait, Pierce. People are not keeping track of that, right? They
are. No, when I hop on and Casper's screaming at me the moment I get on there. Okay. No, dude.
And they're probably they probably thought you deserved it because you tend to do that to people.
So it's your what they call it, your reputation precedes you.
Exactly. No, but that's fine. That would be fine. That didn't have me as a mod. Okay, that would be fine if I was on a channel that didn't have me as a mod, that didn't know me, that didn't talk to me. Go, oh, you're awesome. Just do what you do all that.
I think RLM's a people pleaser and tells that to everybody.
No, she's not. She's a money-making whore. No, she needs, just like any other panel host on here.
Why would she even have you as a mod when you talk about her like that?
Don't talk like that.
She made a mistake, clearly.
Because again, he needs to understand. It's very simple. You don't f around shit. If she wanted, she could have simply said this: Imperious, I'm kicking you off for the day because I can't have you up here saying that shit.
Sure, she could have handled it better.
Okay, but
most people could.
Hold on. But you passive aggressively ban me from the chat and ban me from StreamYard, and then you in the chat say, "Oh no, he's welcome back. I just can't have him tonight."
Oh yeah. That's fucked up. That's like,
no, they're snake motherfuckers. Stop, dude.
Mariah says move
on
closer
the top
to
of the high school pyramid. I know all this snake shit.
Yeah.
Well, if it did happen, that's fucked up. But I can't speak on RLM's behalf either way. So in general,
it's that she's a whore and she wants Glenn to start bringing people in.
But Imperious,
he wants hold on. Don't sit there and talk about that.
You cut me off, just to be clear.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
It sounds like you don't like people who are essentially like drama fanatics, which is fine. Like I'm the same thing. I'm the same way. I think.
Yeah.
I would say that like the people who bring drama here are bringing the space down, and they should be held accountable for doing that. But what I hear from you, even when you have valid points, is that you barely take any accountability. You barely say, this is maybe something I could actually do differently. You have all of these permission structures to be somebody that nobody likes. And, I'm just saying, dude, like, it's some of these consequences kind of seem predictable.
Okay, number one, everyone.
You don't take that.
Number one, everyone loves me because everyone eventually has me back on. It's not about that, and the reason why I know that fact in itself shows what they are is because they care about the money. It's not that they don't like me. It's not they need the money. It's about money. This is a business, and sometimes I get bigger than their business. They know I can ruin their business. And then that's the whole. It's not about. It has not. No, it's that Glenn was typing her in the back because Glenn and I went at it years ago, and I told him to come down to my gym to fight me, and he never did. No.
Here, let me. Okay, my turn now. Like I think what Melanie was trying to. What Pierce is. It's kind of what you said earlier about the flow state and the make it fair across the board, right? Make these things fair. If you're gonna let people go at it, be fair on both sides. That's that.
In prison, there's no one breaking up a fight between a guy who stole $100 and a serial murderer. You started that shit with that serial murderer. If he kills you, that's your problem, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and then Melanie was trying to tell you nicely constructive criticism that, and this is my words, like sometimes you don't take the L. I mean, I never have an L.
Yeah, no,
that's the thing.
Point.
That's that issue.
I bend reality to my will, like Schopenhauer.
Have you ever met somebody? Imperious, have you ever met anybody else?
No, that the world is in a position of will, and my will is a hurricane.
Have you ever met anybody else who never takes the L, or is it just you? Are you the only person on this?
No, I don't.
There's a lot of people around here, Mel, that don't do that.
No, I don't mean that they personally never take it, but who truly never lose, who are perfect. Because doesn't that kind of contradict the notion that nobody's perfect?
Nobody's perfect. Yeah. He has the confidence, delusional confidence.
It's not about perfect. It's about being right. It's not about perfect. It's about being right.
What's the difference between cockiness and confidence?
Well, confidence. Okay, cockiness is unjust. I have. Okay, I'll look up this word, vainglory. Vainglory is something that you have. That's the old original sin, not pride. Vainglory. Because vainglory is much worse. You get someone like me who is justified in their righteousness and justified in their ego. That's a lot harder person to cure because everything around me ends up how I want it. Everything I will.
You're roboting.
To convince someone like that's a lot harder to someone like me. A lot harder to deal with someone like me who has reality backing up their confidence. Not just someone that's just like on the internet going, "Oh, I have all this, I have all that," because they're just making shit up. It's worse to deal with somebody that literally they predict reality, they will reality to existence, and everything goes how they want it.
Yeah, I actually agree with him, but I have to say, there is a bit of delusional confidence as well. You can back it up a lot of ways, I'll say. However, come on, bro. Like, let's just be completely honest. You lose sometimes. Everyone loses, bro. But maybe you get back up. You get back up for sure. But
no, you're right. I literally believe I can fly. Like I have delusional levels of confidence. Like it's ungodly the amount of confidence. Like yes, but that's because there's no other way to be than other than that.
So reconcile this, Frank, because I'm hearing two tales again. Are you justified in this confidence, or are you admitting it's delusional?
I'm justified in the confidence by the reality that reflects around it. It's worse that like the reason because the thing is you're going to have to argue with me. Like my priests do this all the time. And I the only reason I listen to them is because they're on a higher authority. So I shut up and listen, but I don't disagree with them. It's the hardest thing for me because I tell them, they're like, you should be more humble. You should like, I'm like, how can I be that way if what I say happens? If what I say and what I do, it reflects like how? And they tell me, they're like, it doesn't matter. No, they're saying it doesn't matter. Yeah, they're saying it does. But to me, it's harder to justify logic.
I was trying to tell you that earlier.
And that's why in the logical deduction, in my mind, it's hard to justify without like some kind of moral base or justification. Being the way I am because it's worked out so well, it continues to create the universe around me of everything that I want.
Now I get it. If it's not broke, they'll fix it. But here's the thing too. It's like, for example, you basically like this is the title of the show was the forbidden philosophy that you choose, decoding Bobby Hemmitt. And I was talking about a lecturer I like to listen to, and from the early 2000s, and esoteric dude. But literally, I put that on hold to have a meta conversation with Imperius, and that was my choice, right? Because he wanted to tell me what was going on in the panelverse. And my thing is, though, it's like these shows like this, it's cool and all, but that's not what I'm literally trying to do per se. But as the host, it's my choice to do it because because if all we do is meta conversations, we're no different than anybody else around here, bro. Like.
No, but but hold on, you explaining that right now. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a hint. Someone like me as a shark, what you just said is like blood in the water. Because you're insinuating that you have to explain what you do. To me, that's weakness. You think anyone asks me why do I do what I do? No, I do what I do.
I'm not just talking to
but
you.
I'm telling you, but I'm not hold on, I'm not attacking you right now.
Well, I know you're not, but I'm not trying to attack you either. I'm just
what I'm trying to show you is how different people see the world. You may have made that, and you may have said that information as in like, "Hey, I'm just a nice guy trying to do a panel that's cool," and
no,
I don't, I don't know. But okay, you're a guy, you're just a dude trying to do a panel. That you
listen, I'm letting Lindsay know she was asking about the topic. I'm listening what happened in the course of the show.
No, I know, but to me, like this is what I'm trying.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm trying to say. To a predator, they're analyzing everything you say or do. And those words that you said, whether consciously of what you said or not, it's like blood in the water to a shark. Because I could hear the you needing to express to your audience or to anyone why you went off the topic to justify that. To me, I just do whatever the fuck I want. Nobody tells me anything. Nobody asks me why. I do whatever the fuck I want when I fuck.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But that's what so to me, what I'm trying to get to the bigger conversation what we were talking about conflict resolution and conflict and why, because in my mind, I'm looking at that like a predator. And I'm hunting.
Yeah, you're a predator.
And so I need to Melanie to answer me. How do you deal with people like that?
Before you answer that question, though, I'm gonna say that like just because I explain myself, it's a choice, bro, and it doesn't mean I'm still not gonna do what I'm gonna do because I'm still doing what I'm gonna do. It was my choice. Nobody forced me to do that.
No,
So
no,
what I'm
I
saying
get it.
is,
I
like,
know. But you explaining it now is appealing to try to. Power doesn't explain anything. That's power.
Well, I mean,
Power
what
is.
you're saying basically is like when you see it's like saying like a pervert saying like when I see a girl with a short shirt.
When I say I'm a lion, and when I see it, well, I'm a
It's a bit
lion, and when I
different.
Thanks for that.
when I
Yes.
see a gazelle, with its leg like hobbling, I'm gonna take that son of a bitch down. Like that. It's like a predator. It's not a kid. No, those are not predators. Those they call them predators, but those are actually the anti-weakest because real predators are the people that go after their direct competitors and kill them. Those are predators that establish a hierarchy of dominance, like a male lion that goes into another male lion's area, kills the other male lion first, and then it kills the young.
Right.
I want to
Sorry.
kill the other male. I get off killing bullies. Like I get off
Who will
like
bully
the
the
bigger
bullies?
to me, the bigger they are, the bigger the skin I wear.
Weren't you describing yourself as a victim earlier?
When was I describing myself as a victim? No, I said this gives me the
Response to
entertainment to
RLM.
be a predator. No, she instigated a whole thing that now I'm so excited I get the lead.
RLM. All right, guys, I'm about to go.
I actually, sorry, I did have a quick question.
Appreciate you guys.
I had a super important question.
Yeah,
and
let him ask one more question.
We can pick this up, but I think it would be
one
really
more
revealing.
question. One more question. What do you want, Melon?
Imperious, do you think that weakness is inherently bad? And just to clarify,
No.
Well, do you
No.
think women being weak is okay? So that,
No.
actually, that does
All right,
solve
answer
it.
your question. Thanks for that. Thanks for everybody for coming by.
Goodbye,
I'll see you next time. Goodbye, Imperious. Mr. Imperious. That's what they call you, right? They said. All right, everybody. Thank you, chat, for coming by. Decoding. This was the forbidden philosophy that you choose. Decoding Bobby Hemmitt. One big meta conversation. You're welcome. Good to see you. Catch you later. Mariah, appreciate you. GT, Lindsay. We'll see you next time, everybody. Who else was it? Somebody else was here that was cool. Peace out. Time to go do some daddy mommy time.
You shed a shadow on my life. Shed a shadow on a life. To the shelter of my life. To the shelter of a life. See it in your restless eyes. The truth I was hiding. The truth you could not disguise. But I never thought I'd see the day. I knew I'd need a miracle to make you stay. I knew I needed a miracle. And I never thought I'd see the day. Put a shadow on a love. To the shelter of a life. To the shelter of my life. I wish you could shelter me. Shelter me now. I need a miracle. Never thought I'd see the day.